Welcome to the weekend edition. It's Saturday morning, and for some reason, I'm always in the kitchen, Kanye. I don't know why I'm always in the kitchen.
A man in the kitchen is so sexy.
Really? Okay, wait till I take off my jacket. We've got a great show planned for you guys. As usual, as always, I've got a lovely chef, cook, extraordinaire, entrepreneur. Shannon Smuts is here. And you run an enterprise called Pure Good Food, right?
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Correct. Pure
Okay.
Good Food.
And that is what is that?
We do corporate in-house restaurants. So
Okay,
basically,
so I can't go to your restaurant.
No.
Unless I work for the place where you are.
Unfortunately not, but I'm here this morning, so you get to try 3 delicious breakfasts.
Wow, yeah? All right, cool. Well, you're gonna show us a few things today. And we've also got Kyle Deutsch, not
Correct.
Deutsch, not douche, but Kyle Deutsch.
I should take him around with me. Yo.
Right? Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Yeah.
I heard you strumming along earlier on. You do so many things. You're a musician. You definitely can sing because you've been singing around on set. But you're a chiropractor.
Yeah.
And model.
Yeah.
Why are you
I have to throw that in. I have to throw that in. I'm about to break the set.
He's like, you went to castings. He's like, you actually went to castings, but you're a chiropractor. Hey, the chiropractic journey is a long route, man.
No, I hear you. You had to pay the way, and you're obviously here and you're doing big things. Kanye, what's happening on your side?
You've got beautiful people in the kitchen, I must say. They look really, really good. In my culture, we say it's just a game, but I am sitting with the game. As you can see, introduce yourselves, guys.
Hello, my name is Sibu Mpanza. I'm a YouTuber and freelance photographer.
Hi, my name is Nate Maps, and I'm an actor, TV presenter, model, and designer.
My name is Questa, and I'm enjoying the grapes.
Welcome to the weekend edition. I'm Kanyumbao, and yes, I am the girl that you wake up with. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Let's get the show on the road.
After that, I feel like I should just dedicate this song quickly to Kanye. We can't get enough of this touching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we loving. We can't get enough of this touching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we loving. We can't get enough feelings. Forget about your feelings. We're stuck in the moment. All the things we used to do and never did. You tell me how you want it to be. Just don't make it easy. Can I make you feel like you never did? Out the window, see them city lights. No roadblocks, yeah, we green tonight. And I can show you what it feels like if you tell me. We can't get enough of this touching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. We can't get enough of this touching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. We can't get enough. I can't deny I caught myself 100 times thinking about this. I'm just being honest. You've been lying to yourself, been saying you're okay without this. We're nothing without this, baby. Out the window, see them city lights. No roadblocks, yeah, we green tonight. And I can show you what it feels like if you tell me. We can't get enough of this touching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. Yeah. We can't get enough of this touching. Keep getting lost in the moment. I get a rush when we love it. Yeah. We can't get enough. Holding on tight tonight. I'm in the passenger seat, you take the wheel this time. Don't stop, 'cause we can't get enough. Yeah, easy. Enough. I'm in the passenger seat, you take the wheel this time. Don't stop, yeah, 'cause we can't get enough. Get enough. We can't get enough of this. No, we can't get lost in the moment. I get a rush when we laughing, oh. We can't get enough when we love. I'm touching in the moment. I get a rush when we love. We can't get enough. We can't get enough.
Yeah, that's the view one.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, that Carl is talking to me. I'm feeling some type of weight, chest pains, everything. Keep it going, guys, on social media. It is Facebook, The Weekend Edition, Twitter, Instagram, The Weekend on 3. And let me know if you can't stop touching me. I'll see you after the break. Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. I love this part of the show because I get to get deep and deeper and deeper. I'd like to invite Tumi to the show. Tumi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'd like to tell you a little story that you don't know. In 2008? It was 2008. You invited me to Southgate, to the cinema you guys were launching.
Oh my gosh.
I had 3 years in the industry, 2.5, 3 years in the industry,
Yes.
and all I wanted to do was act. And already you were giving us levels. You were standing at a podium in a cinema that was full of everybody, and you addressed us with confidence, telling us how Black excellence is now moving into a space of production. When no one thought of production, we were all about being artists, being out there, getting the mileage, because we didn't have Twitter and Instagram at the time.
No.
It was all about being at the right parties, being at the right gigs to get your music out. But you were now moving into production. I was inspired by you from then.
Thank you.
Until today, that production house still stands.
Yes.
You are on various channels with so many shows. SAPC alone, you've dominated that space with your partners.
Yes.
Being a mother, actress, songwriter, artist, how? In 24 hours, how? You and Beyonce, how? How?
Hey, girl. Well, thank you for that. It's not easy. It's challenging. And as I'm sure you know, I mean, holding down a lot of cards is not easy, but it's about making sure that you have the right team that supports you, you know. A lot of support. It's about being vulnerable and accepting help, you know. Accepting, Guti, Ma, I'm flying out to Cape Town today. Asip, leave. You know, pick up my children from school and help them with their homework, you know, type of situation. And ensuring that in the company and in the business, you hire people that are smarter than you, so you don't have to micromanage everything. You can just give a task and you know it's going to be done and it's going to be done brilliantly, you know. So it's really, that's the secret, and that's the end of it.
Hire people that are smarter than you. That's great, because that means you need to be confident in your own skin to allow someone to be smarter than you as the boss. That's a really great lesson. But now, in marriage,
yes,
you work with your husband, go back home with your husband, party with your husband, parent with your husband, and also go on stage with your husband and be in the studio while making your music with your husband.
It's not as bad as it sounds,
No, it's not bad at all. It's just, sometimes people say it's not a good idea to always have your husband everywhere. You need me time. But you guys have made it work.
We're from the same school of thought, you know. We met at school and we are both passionate about the same things. So it's easy to allow each other that time and to be with each other, because we act as a support to each other.
Yes.
So that's what I suppose makes it work. But we do have some time to each other, I mean, for ourselves. I mean, he's got boys' nights and all of that.
Yeah.
He's not always with me in studio, and I'm not always with him on set when he's shooting and doing his thing. So yeah, it is what it is. It's a great thing, it's a challenging thing, but we're making it work.
But what about an argument in the boardroom? And then does it go over to the dinner table and be like, yeah, but you know, that account, seriously?
Sometimes yes, sometimes not. It depends on how heated it was. But I mean, I've learned to just like king, compartment in
Yes, yes.
So because you can't always take work home and you can't always take home to work. So we've had to learn to put on our different hats when we're in different situations.
Everybody is a filmmaker now. Everyone is a writer. Look, art has become such a relief and such a, how can I put it? It's become such a place where people can find their voices. And everyone is turned into writing, especially now with SABC opening up and saying, give us your content.
90%.
Come and write. Even on television, the 60% local as well. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's still going to keep the quality of content? Is it still going to make good TV?
Aish, it's hard
or is
to
it a
tell.
whole day of YouTube?
It's hard to tell. I mean, it's going to do both things. It's going to give the inexperienced the experience to now be able to tell their stories, you know, and not have that monopoly that we've had all this time. And then it's going to make the people that are experienced to up their game because now there's more competition. So it should actually improve the content on TV. And then the other content is just about catching up, you know? I mean, Hollywood have got like, what, 47, 50 years on us? So we can't have just 3 people making good shows. We must have a whole nation. That way we have competition, and competition is good. Competition makes you pull up your socks and do great work.
Where do you get your content from? Because everything you guys do, it's stuff that we can all relate to. So it's like you watch it, you're like, but that's me, that's my friend, that's my roomie, oh gosh, that's the girl I used to go to school with. Where do you get it?
We go back to the streets, you know? I mean, it's our stories, it's our aunt's stories, our mothers and all of that. We make sure we see abantu who are authentically living that life, and we get the stories from them, because Tina, what we are is really just a conduit, or we are people that can structure it and put it on TV, but really it's the people's stories, it's the people's voices.
Now, I look at my child, and my child says to me, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. I then asked, and I said, what do you mean by just like me? I want to be a singer, an actress. I want to be in the industry. How are your feelings around our kids joining the space?
Ish, that's a tough one, hey?
Can't they be doctors?
Yeah, or consultants, legal what, where you get to pay for an hour. You know, because it's hard work. It's really hard work, and it's challenging hours, and you're putting yourself out there for scrutiny, you know, and that's the one thing that for me makes me feel some kind of pain towards my children, because I'm like, ish, putting yourself out there for someone to be like, yes, we gain weight, yes, it's so movie, yes, whatever on Twitter or whatever. Or when people see you in the street, they feel like, oh, because I see you on my TV, I can just tell you how. Yes, I can just be like, girl, you so fat. Oh, girl, I saw your man, or whatever the case may be. And that's not easy. And I would really love them to have a much healthier and easier life. But if that's their passion, what can I do? I'm going to have to support, and I'm going to have to make sure that they can put their best foot forward.
Mom and Ja.
So then,
run it and like Chris Jen and just run it, be on the money.
We're gonna have to put them into drama school and music and what, and now so that they're able to just be the best that they can be when they do get to the point where they have the exposure.
I know there's a young woman looking at you now and saying, I'd love to own a production house. I'd love to produce and really have my company grow. What are the challenges to starting a company and making it last for over a decade?
Sure, there are a lot of challenges. One thing I can tell you for free is that you will fail, and you're gonna fail a lot because that's just the name of the game, you know? Especially in my case, because I didn't necessarily go to management business school or production school. I'm actually just a creative, a performer who wants to tell stories, and I had to have a company in order to do so. So I would very definitely say the hunger to learn is important. Especially us in South Africa, we study to pass a test. We don't study to learn. So that's gonna have to definitely change, because every day is a school day in the business world. And then number 2, persistence. You know, we've had this fire and this hunger for how many years? Yeah. And then it takes 10 years to make an overnight star.
Yes.
It's exactly the same principle in business. So it's really just having that consistent persistency.
But staying above and staying ahead of the game, because everything that your company brings out is 10 years ahead of its time. So he says that when it hit our screens, it was ahead of TV. And you're still doing it till now. How do you do that? How do you measure what TV needs now and when and tomorrow?
Staying in touch with the people. As being an artist, and I'm sure you can attest to this, you have to keep your eye on the ground. You have to be with the people who are consuming your products, knowing what it is that they need and what it is that relates to them, and then giving them that. And never mind what's going on TV, and never mind what other artists are doing. It's really just about your audience. And once you get that right and that formula right, and again, are always willing to listen and learn, there's no way that you can lose.
I'm gonna give you 5 words. Tell me what they mean to you.
Okay.
Natural.
Inywele zam.
Sexy.
Confidence.
Money.
Yacht.
Freedom.
Bird.
Love.
My hubby.
Wow, nice. nice. You know, I always believe if you could do that easily, it means you're content. Would you say that you're content?
I'm content. I'm content. I'm living my dream. What else can I do? You know, I have everything that I've ever prayed for, and I have the opportunity to sit here with women like yourself and really just inspire other people.
I'd like to feed you, so I'd like you to hang around, chill with us, you know, visit us and see what we do. I'll put you in the kitchen. You could probably help us create a meal because it gets a bit rowdy.
Okay.
That side. Guys, it is so important for you to talk to us and to keep you in the show. Tell us, what would you like to eat today? By giving us your feedback on Facebook, it's The Weekend Edition. Twitter, Instagram, The Weekend on 3. Hashtag The Weekend Edition. See you after the break. Welcome back, and you're watching The Weekend Edition right here on SABC 3. We love young people that are doing awesome things in the country. And if you don't see them at this table, then they're not being awesome enough. I'd like to welcome Sibu to the show. Mr. Mpanza, how are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful.
So you're a genius. You're like a boffin. A kid that probably sits on his computer and has no friends and plays with gadgets.
Pretty much. No, not really. I am a sort of a, you could say, a genius in the social media sphere.
Yes.
I like playing around there. That's just my favorite place to be. Yeah.
YouTube. I mean, look, I've been around for a while, but I still can't penetrate the YouTube market. It's quite difficult. And you need a proper camera because, I mean, shooting videos now isn't just taking like whack videos. It has to be good quality. How did you get into that? How much time do you have?
I don't have, like, you would think that you'd spend a lot of time, but I still have to do university things, so I have to make sure that you balance it out equally.
Exactly.
I started, I don't know, I watched YouTube videos, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought that's something that I want to do now. After seeing that I enjoyed it so much, I wanted other people to sort of see it through my lens and enjoy it themselves. So I was like, why don't I start my own? Borrowed my friend's camera. My friend was like, yeah, do it. Once I told my friends that I want to start a YouTube channel, people had no clue what it is, but were like, yes, do it, yes. Yeah. And I started it, and people enjoyed it, so I just carried on going.
But do you think South Africans are now exploring the idea of watching things on YouTube? Are we that nation now that lives on social media more than anything?
It's starting out now. Wasn't so much because internet isn't something that's accessible to everybody. But we're trying to make it easier for everybody to watch because it is something that's absolutely beautiful once. It's like a community that builds around the internet, and I would hope that over the next few years more people are going to start going on social media, more people are going to see it as a way of working and a career rather than just a place just to dump your thoughts and such. But yeah, I'm hoping it's something that people get into and people start enjoying watching.
I can hear people at home thinking, but what does he do? Who is he? For people that don't know you, could you kindly take us back to what do you do? How did you get into the YouTube space? Who is Sibu Mpanza in a nutshell, basically?
In a nutshell. Yeah. So yeah, I'm at university. I'm studying at GCT, a Bachelor of Social Science in Gender and Social Development.
Told you you're a boffin.
Exactly. Not so much. I'm enjoying it though, thoroughly enjoying it. So then I got a camera to start this YouTube channel, and I started doing some photography, and then I started doing freelance photography, which I was pretty excited about. So I'm also a freelance photographer, mostly fashion. So then my YouTube channel started growing, and then 2015, I entered a competition called the Social Star Competition, run by Joanne Strauss, and the judges there were Minnie Tlamini, Joanne, and Gareth Pond, who's a big Instagrammer. And I entered that competition. It was absolutely amazing. I ended up getting into the top 3, going to Mauritius for a week, which was beautiful. And then at the end of the competition, they chose me to be the winner. And they were looking for the next big social media star. So I was pretty excited about that. It was one of those confidence boosts that I really needed. And after that, I was just like, okay, this is something I'm doing.
Yes.
This is something I enjoy. And then come to 2016, and I've just been doing like what I love to do. I keep making videos, people enjoy them. My videos are based around being a middle-class black person in South Africa. That sort of niche that nobody really talks about.
I know. I know. It's a space where it's very tricky.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because
I know what you mean.
It's one of those things where too black for white people,
Yes.
too white for black people.
Yes.
So people really enjoy seeing me talking about certain social issues, and it's something that I enjoy. Studying social development and then being able to take what I'm learning, go in front of a camera and speak about it. People seem to really enjoy that.
So for you at home that's wondering what he actually does, here's a taste of his work. You be the judge.
So yesterday I read an article that said, took students start colorblind campaign. So firstly I have to tell you about the 5 fallacies of racism. Number 6 is my all-round favorite. It's the one we're going to talk about today. I just added it to the list because it only makes sense, and that is the colorblind fallacy that you all seem to love so much. This is the belief that if you do not acknowledge a person's race, then you will eradicate racism. I need you to listen to me and listen to me really closely. Really, really closely. Claiming to be colorblind is a cop-out. Not acknowledging the color of my skin, not acknowledging that I am black is incredibly infuriating. By not acknowledging my blackness, you have denied and turned a blind eye to the tragedy and the beauty that is my history and my heritage.
Sibu,
Yeah, bro.
you're not afraid of controversy, are you?
Not a chance. Not
How?
at all. That's just
Shade.
something I enjoy.
You're not afraid of Black Twitter? You're not afraid of that?
No, that's my family. Those are the people who pushed me to win the social
Bro,
star
you go to
competition.
varsity.
Yeah.
Where do you eat? Where do you drink? Where do you walk?
That's where I live most of my life. Black Twitter is my family, so it's nothing to be afraid of, really.
So you must have thick skin.
You have to.
How did you develop it? Because a lot of people, young people, I mean, we have cases of young people being suicidal, young people that have confidence issues. Where do you get your thick skin from?
From being one of those people who had confidence issues, from being one of those people who was bullied and who really struggled. For example, like it's very difficult
You were bullied?
interacting. Yeah, definitely.
By who?
In junior school, I was bullied a lot for having darker skin than my other black friends.
Yeah.
That's something that happened. In
Yeah.
high school, I was a big musician, not necessarily the rugby player, and I went to the rugby school. Where if you played rugby well, you were one of the cool kids.
Yes.
Or if you were really smart, you were one of the cool kids. But if you were anywhere in between,
You're soft.
not so much, exactly. And then in varsity, when I got to varsity in first year, something I really struggled with was the fact that, they always said the black kids got into varsity easier than the white kids. So automatically you have this confidence issue, like, why am I actually here? Can I actually do this? And after a while, you have to sort of build that confidence with yourself. And also having amazing friends just gets you that much further.
So when was your aha day? This is enough, I'm coming out, forget the world, this is me.
I had to take a semester off varsity because I couldn't pay for my fees, so I was financially excluded. Came back, and I somehow made this amazing group of friends, and they sort of kept pushing me because I was really struggling, because you have to hit the ground running when you go straight in second semester. And that's when I started my YouTube channel, and I had such supportive friends, and I was like, I'm done being the guy who's not confident. I'm done not thinking that I'm good enough. And then I was like, you know what, I'm starting this YouTube channel. People enjoyed it. I had positive reviews. That was when I was still making funny videos, not controversial so
Yes.
much, because the comments aren't as positive all
Of
the time
course,
now.
of course.
But then that was my moment where I was like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep pushing.
I'm gonna think like my grandmother and ask you a question like she would ask you. What do you gain from getting 1 million followers, 1 million hits? Is there money? What do you gain?
There is money. Once you get to that point, there definitely is money. A lot of YouTubers will, apart from getting paid through the actual platform, will work with campaigns. So they work with different brands and companies in sort of their marketing side of things. So people will ask me, let's say I've got 100,000 views per video. They'll come to me, they'll say, Sibu, we want this brand. This is a brand that we want you to show on your YouTube channel.
Oh, so it's like product placement?
Basically, yeah, that's what most of it is. Or, for example, there's a different side of YouTubing called vlogging, where you'll walk around for a day and you'll show people what you're doing. And for example, a theme park will pay me to go to the theme park, make a video of me enjoying myself at the theme park, and you'll get paid by the brand through that. So that's mainly in terms of the internet and YouTube specifically.
Yes.
That's how people would get paid through
so
that.
those are the pros of having a channel.
Of having
what
a
are the
channel.
cons?
Ooh, the cons are when you talk about controversial issues like I do. The one video that I made about something that happened between the University of the Free State.
Ooh,
there was that rugby sort of match where people were fighting. I made a video about that the next morning, got 10,000 views in the week, and my comments were a mess. Racist comments, I even got death rates that week.
Watch your back, son.
Exactly. So it was quite hectic, but that was really tough. When you're talking about thick skin, that was really, really tough. I was not expecting that, but at the same time, I was expecting negative comments, obviously.
So you must walk through the crevices of the street. You don't walk straight, you walk sideways.
No, you have to walk straight.
Because people, you've got a number in your head, you know?
But you have to be confident in what you're doing.
And your mother, does she support you in
My
this?
mother, in the beginning, not so much, because she didn't understand it. So it was understandable, but otherwise, she's been brilliant so far. As soon as she saw that this is something, I sit in my room and I talk to this camera. The first time, she was like, why are you talking by yourself in your room? Because she didn't understand what I was doing. And then once she started seeing it, once I won the social star competition, she was like, wow, this is something that you love, something that you're passionate about. I'm supporting you.
I know a lot of young people are watching us now and they're like, I love this, I do it as well, but how can I get it better? How can I get it to a level where people take it serious? What advice would you give them?
Take yourself seriously. Literally, there is a niche for everybody. If you go on YouTube and you sit for a few hours, you'll find so many different things. Everybody has a place on YouTube, and that's why I love it so much. It's like, that's the sort of difference between TV and the internet. On the internet, you can click on and find what you want at that point, whenever, any time of the day, and that's what I specifically love about it. So keep doing what you're doing. So decide on what you want to do, and even if you need to change it, that's fine. I didn't do what I'm doing now a year ago, but I've sort of found what I love doing, and you can see, because the views are increasing, people can see that I'm confident.
Yeah.
Also, just keep putting content out there. People don't realize how strong it is to just, for people to see that you keep going. Even if you're pushed down, you keep going. When I struggle and I think to myself, oh, I don't have a video for this week, but I think of something and I talk about it, the fact that people see that I keep going makes them come back for more.
So I'd like to hear from you what you do with social media. Are you on YouTube? Do you have videos? Do you like social media? Let me know. Facebook, The Weekend Edition. Twitter and Instagram, The Weekend on 3. Hashtag The Weekend Edition. After the break, we go to the kitchen and we make some food. Let's feed our guests.
It's a weekend, It's a weekend,
Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. We're in the kitchen now. Shannon Smuts is going to whip us up a nice meal. We got Nay here.
Yeah.
I always want to say Nav. I don't know why.
Name
Sibu's here as well. So Nay Map, Sibu, do you guys cook?
Well, I try. I actually want to be like a Jamie Oliver. Okay. One day. I
Both of you bachelors though, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I got the book, so I'm getting there.
Yeah?
So hopefully today I'll just take some tips home.
He's just moved into a dormitory / apartment with 4 other men, right?
Yeah.
And you all have a small kitchen. Have you started cooking yet?
Haven't, not one meal.
You don't know how to cook at all?
At all.
All right, so Shannon, this is a very important session for these 2 young men.
This is very easy, so you
Yeah.
guys you're going to be able to duplicate this at home.
All right, what are we doing? And walk us through the dish.
So the first breakfast we're going to do...
It's a breakfast.
It's a breakfast. We're going to do 3 breakfasts today. Right. This one, and not to scare you off, is going to be a vegan breakfast. We are doing a Mediterranean vegan breakfast wrap. Look at these faces. Look at these faces.
All right.
Now, this is, socially, we should all be kind of being a little bit vegan. The animal farming industry is kind of what is making this planet a difficult place to live in at the moment. So if you can find some alternatives, not every day, but if you can find some alternatives that are actually tasty and delicious, then why not?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we're going to start off. Everyone's going to help here. Everyone's going to get involved.
Cool. Okay,
so Joe, I'm going to get you please to start frying off.
Which pan?
We're going to be using this pan over here. Just a dash of olive oil.
All right, a dash.
Please don't burn our food, Joe.
No. This is the closest thing to meat we're gonna have is mushrooms, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much,
Got
yeah.
you, okay, cool.
Well, actually, our protein is going to come from chickpeas.
Oh, right. Beautiful.
So,
Okay.
we've got some mushrooms going over there.
So these are vegan breakfast wraps we're making.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to add some garlic.
All right.
You never really want to fry mushrooms by themselves.
Absolutely not, no.
I'm going to do one
I like to do them with
garlic.
butter.
Oh, so
I
good
don't know
with
what
butter.
it is about butter.
But remember, this is vegan, so we can't use butter.
Yeah,
No
so
butter.
no butter, okay.
So some salt in there as well.
All
You need
right.
the salt when you're cooking mushrooms to draw out the moisture so you can caramelize them around the end. Otherwise, if you just fry them on their own, you end up getting mushroom soup, all that water that comes out.
But also you get that flavor enhancement.
Exactly.
I like my flavor. All right.
So while Joe's doing that, I'm actually going to show you how to make a really easy vegan basil pesto. Kanye, if you can pass me some of the basil leaves, you can actually just chuck all of those in.
All right, lots of
Fantastic.
basil.
And we're going to use some raw cashews. That's going to give us our nut base. So we throw a few of these in as well.
So you would eat these for breakfast with like coffee?
Not really. What do you mean? Oh, to drink with
Yeah,
it?
like what do you?
Yeah, but coffee with almond milk.
Yeah.
Remember,
okay,
vegan.
there you
We're
go.
sticking with the
Right,
vegan
right,
theme here.
right.
And then about 1.5 teaspoons of garlic, a little bit of salt, always
The
good.
mushrooms are starting to smell.
Fantastic.
Can you smell them?
All the
This
way,
is
yeah.
mushrooms, right?
the way,
Yeah.
A little bit of pepper. And then basically, what we're going to do is we're going to grind this down into a paste.
All right.
And you'll see your nuts.
Those aren't my nuts.
And what you'll see,
All right,
you'll see
yeah.
is that your nuts have now become nice and chopped coarsely, and your basil pesto is still on the top. And we're going to add some olive oil.
Okay.
Nice, healthy dollop. You can never really go wrong with your healthy fats. It's where you can add your olive oil, flaxseed oil, coconut oil, any of the good healthy oils.
Right.
And you'll see here, all the basil pesto is mixing in. Just give
Right.
it another shake.
So you could use an ordinary blender as well, or
You can use a food processor. You can use any type of processor that's going to blend it up.
Okay.
And then you'll see the more cashews that you have, the more oils you're going to need. So we'll add a little bit more olive oil.
All right.
Smell that.
I heard I should use olive oil instead of normal, just cooking oil.
Always.
It's healthier.
Why
Always,
is that?
always. It's a non-saturated fat. So you've got good fats and you've got bad fats. Good fats are your coconut oils, olive oil, avocado oil, flaxseed oil.
But aren't they all cold pressed from vegetables anyways? So
They are, but the sunflower oils and the canola oils are not really good for your heart.
Really?
And your body doesn't metabolize them really in the
gotcha.
same way.
Okay.
Okay, so off we go. There it goes.
Hey.
Yay!
Just need a bit of oil.
Just needed a little extra oil.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
done basically. Kanye, if I can ask you please to use the fork and you can just blend this up a little bit. And you can scrape off, you can see all the basil pesto.
And
on the
where do
bottom
I,
here. And give it a
Right,
smell.
where do you want me to put it into?
Yeah, very fresh.
Oh, you can just mix it up and you can actually leave it in the canister.
Okay.
Right, now we've got our mushrooms that are looking fantastic,
They
starting
are?
to brown a little
Yeah.
bit there.
Let me
Can
get one
I
of
give
these.
you a spatula,
Yeah.
Joe, so you can stir it up? Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to find our substitute for eggs. So what?
Substitute for eggs. Okay.
Yes, because vegans can't eat eggs. They come
Right.
from animals.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
Basically, if you are a vegan, you can't eat anything that comes from an animal, including honey.
Not even honey.
Not even honey.
It's from a bee.
Really?
Honey is from a bee, and apparently it's quite a stressful process for a bee to, for us to be taking that.
So
honey
it's
from
not
a bee.
about the honey. It's about letting the bees.
It's about the animal.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Essentially, that's what veganism is.
Yeah,
is making sure that the animals are not harmed in any way, and
Got you.
what we get from them usually does harm them, especially
right.
when we're eating their meat.
Well, yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to mash up
Mash
our
up the
chickpeas.
peas, right?
So we've coarsely mashed these.
Can I use a potato masher? Like, would that
You
work as well?
You could use a potato masher, but you don't want to get it too mashed because then, like I
Okay.
said, you're just going to get chickpea mash.
You
And
want it a little
kind
bit
of-
coarse and yeah.
You want that texture. You want to kind of maintain that eggy feel, even
Gotcha.
though it's not eggs. Okay, so Joe, if you would replace your pans
Okay.
and put this one
Swap
over
them
there,
out.
swap them out.
Okay.
Let that one get hot. Just throw a little bit more olive oil in there.
Okay.
The trick is you want your pan to be nice and hot when you throw your chickpeas in so that you get a nice browning on them, but they still maintain their their texture, and they're soft but crispy at the same time.
Okay.
That's one of the hardest things I find about removing meat from your diet is that everything tends to be a little bit mush. You know, you don't have that like solid texture of meat. So things like chickpeas, lentils, legumes, soya, so you can have tofu as well. Those are good substitutes that you can use to kind of add that meatiness.
I hear soya is quite a lethal thing.
Well, that's why we're not doing tofu.
Right.
That is why we're not doing tofu. I'm not a big fan of soya. It's very difficult to get soya products in that are not genetically modified.
Yeah.
And also the soybean growing industry is kind of wiping out the rainforests in South America. So better to rather stick to your whole foods, your stuff that you know you're getting your vegetables
right,
and your legumes. Okay, so that's looking nice and hot.
Okay, cool. So what we're making, what was this? Your version of scrambled eggs, vegan scrambled eggs? Is that what it is?
These are our scrambled.
Or an omelet?
No, we're not making omelets.
So there's no meat at all?
Nothing.
No meat at all.
Nothing.
Like, I'm still trying to
process the idea.
Right, so we're going to get that on there.
Do I use a spatula or leave it alone?
Just leave it alone for the first couple of minutes because we actually want it to brown nicely.
All right.
So we've got 3 or 4 spoons of the chickpea mixture.
Okay, it's spitting.
Ooh, careful.
Woo. Is it supposed to do that? Is it too hot?
We can turn it down a little bit.
Right, cool,
It's the substitute for bacon. The bacon usually spits, so now you have...
Yeah,
there you have it. You
normally
that.
have the bacon spitting in the morning. Now you got the scrambled chickpeas. So Joe, if you would mind giving that a little bit of a mix.
So we just mixing it and...
Just mixing it up.
Okay, cool.
We're adding some salt. Obviously, you always want to add seasoning.
Smells good.
That smells nice.
Really?
Yeah. Joe's not convinced.
I can barely smell it. No, I'm just wondering what he's smelling because it's...
There we go.
I love chickpeas, but they don't have like a strong aroma. It's
No,
really
it's more
of a
like
taste,
a nutty smell to them. I'm going to move these out the way.
Should I help you?
Thanks, can you? Okay, so basically, Joe's going to just keep those stirring so they can get a little bit brown.
Oh yeah, baby.
You'll see them start to brown on the edges. We'll turn the heat up a little bit.
All right, so keep stirring or just leave them a little bit now?
I think just leave them a little bit.
All right, cool.
It'll start getting hotter and then you'll see they start getting brown.
Okay.
And now I'm going to show you guys how to roll a wrap. So wraps are a fantastic thing to use for any type of healthy eating.
Okay.
You can get gluten-free. It's a low-carb option. You know, it's a lot less carbohydrates than if you're having a loaf of bread or a big sandwich or a roll. You get gluten-free, as I said. You get carb-free wraps nowadays. You get coli wraps. There's places making it so easy to make these healthy choices.
So these are vegan-friendly?
These are vegan-friendly wraps, yeah. Most wraps are vegan-friendly.
Okay.
Just made from flour, water, salt,
Gotcha.
and pressed.
All right.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, that's looking good. Let's see, Joe, is it getting nice and brown?
No, well, I don't know. It's getting golden. I don't know if that's brown.
That is perfect. You can actually move that to the side now.
Okay.
I'm going to add another pan on here. You always want to warm up your wrap before you use it because when they're round, they're quite hot.
Right.
So we'll just let that take
Do you want to
the
wait
heat.
in there or is that just leave it like that?
Now you'll see the heat will actually start.
And you can put
softening
these
it.
in the oven, right?
You can put them in the oven. You can do them in the microwave as well.
Susie?
Yeah.
There
you go.
it is, microwave.
All of this, essentially, you could actually do all in the microwave except for your mushrooms.
Yeah, rather not.
But I know I lived in a house with 4 boys in varsity as well, and so I know the joys of trying to cook affordably and with only a microwave and 1 stovetop.
So while this is warming up, how did you get into cooking? Like, what led you into this space? What were you doing before?
I actually was a graphic designer. I worked in publishing, I worked for a magazine. And then I've always loved cooking. I grew up in restaurants. Both my parents had restaurants. And I entered a cooking show in 2013, made the finalists. And when I came home, I knew I wanted to do something with food. It's the reason I went on the show. And I got involved with a NGO out in Philippi that grows organic produce.
Yeah.
And so I started my company, Pure Good Food, so that we could be a client to them. And I go out once a week. I teach the youth how to cook and use the produce that grows on the farm in the kitchen, and then kind of give them the necessary skills to join the hospitality industry, which is one of the few industries that still has jobs at the moment.
Why do you think we don't grow as much food as we used to? I mean, like, Africa is so fertile, yet we import so much of our food.
Convenience, and we actually export majority of our crops.
In the Western Cape?
Nationwide, yeah.
Really?
We export massive amounts of fruits and veg.
But I've spoken to the guys from DTI, and they say that our farms have gone from like we used to have like 100,000 farms. We're now down to like 30,000 farms.
The drought from last year really affected the farming industry in the country, which was
Yeah.
really sad. And that's kind of why I think people don't realize the prices of things like potatoes, even flour, have
potatoes
gone
went
through
crazy.
the
Yeah,
roof.
yeah.
And it's because the farmers just couldn't...
Is that how you lost weight this year?
Exactly.
You're like, man,
No
it
more-
was
no
a
more
forced
starch.
No more
diet.
potatoes.
Okay, so our wrap is nice and soft now.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to grab that basil pesto that looks fantastic. And you can see there, traditionally, I say vegan basil pesto because traditionally basil pesto has Parmesan cheese in as well. So we've just omitted the cheese. You don't need it. It just adds a bit of extra flavour.
Okay.
This is fresh and delicious. And then the cashews add that nice nuttiness that you would normally get from a pine nut, which
Right.
is rather expensive, so you don't need to use them.
Right.
So we've got our basil pesto.
So is that like a roti wrap? What's the difference between a roti and
A roti is fried and a wrap is pressed. Yeah.
You know what? There's no such thing as a stupid question.
No, there
Not on
isn't.
this show.
You know,
No way.
I've just learned something
Lots
as
of
well.
lots of people ask that, so it's not a stupid question at all. So now we've got some sun-dried tomatoes. Like I said, this is a nice Mediterranean wrap, so we're using all the Mediterranean flavors. The chickpea from the hummus, basil, sun-dried tomatoes, and the mushrooms add a nice garlickiness to it. We're going to take some of our mushrooms here.
Okay.
Love mushrooms.
Thanks, Joe. If you'll hold that there. Oh, also love mushrooms. I'm lucky. I'm one of those people that's not fussy about anything that they eat.
Okay.
I feel sorry for people that omit certain things. And then we're going to use some avocado that we've got chopped there. Thanks, Kanye. Avo is a great thing to add into your diet if you're vegan because it's good, healthy fats, and it's also something that you can use to replace things like feta, cheese that add like a creaminess and a nice like rich texture to your dish. If you're missing that, or if you're like a cheese lover like myself, you can rather use avo, and you can actually. Vegans,
Love avo.
Oh, love avo as well. Vegans actually use
A little olive oil and salt on there.
eat it straight.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the base here of just our ingredients, and we're going to add some of the chickpeas.
All right. So this
Joe,
is the
if you would-
scrambled eggs.
Yeah,
Right.
not,
So how do we do it?
I would just put about half of those in. That's
Okay.
it. There's our eggs. Thank you.
Okay.
Perfect.
So this is quite Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Right?
And now we're going to
Yes.
use just a handful of rockets that we're going to get on there.
Okay.
Now, this is quite a small wrap. So I usually use, at our shop, we use the
right.
big 30-centimeter wraps. Then I can show, I could
to
do
fold it up, yeah.
it would be a parcel wrap, which basically means you wrap it up like a parcel and then it fits nice and tight.
It's gonna be like a taco, right?
This is going to be more like a burrito wrap, which is actually quite easy to make as well. So all you do is you spread out your ingredients, you fold your bottom up nicely like that.
Sides.
It's not gonna
Sides,
work. Oh, it does work. Wow.
sides,
And voila.
and voila. We have a delicious,
You have
healthy
to put a
wrap.
pin in there to hold it, or yeah.
No, you should just eat it straight away. So
Right.
you don't have to, you can put a little toothpick in to hold it, or you can actually serve them upside down, like that. Lay them out on a board.
Yeah.
And voila.
That's
Breakfast
really
done.
wonderful. Like my biggest thing is always how long the food's gonna take me to make.
Yeah.
And that was super
How
quick,
quick
so
was
that's
that?
perfect.
Including the basil pesto, which you would normally pay quite a large amount for a teeny tiny jar in the supermarket. You've just made a whole bunch now that you can keep for a very long time. in the
What's
fridge.
cool is you can eat them as you. I mean, you make them as you eat them as well. If you,
Exactly.
If you have a couple of them. You just come
You
in
just
early
keep
in the
going.
morning. Yeah, absolutely.
Until you're done and then turn the stove off.
Wow. All right. So that's dish one. You're still gonna whip us up a nice.
more.
All right. Well, let's play a little game right now before we go into break. We like to play. What's the name of the game again? Kanye?
Would you rather?
Would you rather? That's the name of the
You
game.
have to respond.
Yeah.
Respond.
Yeah. We'll keep it easy. She was talking about vegan food. Would you rather? And this you only have two choices. Would you rather be vegan or be on a fast food diet? Vegan, if that was the only choices you had,
I would be on a fast food diet.
so you would
I love my
burgers, fries, chicken with MSG on it, no problem.
Wings.
No, I would
chemicals.
avoid that.
What would you do?
What are you saying? Are you saying
Fast food.
You can
Just
only
eating
eat
fast
only fast food?
Only fast food
Deep
or
fried
only
everything.
vegan?
Or this delicious.
Well, if I can do those peas, like those eggs, I think I'll stick to being vegan for a while.
Yeah.
Win for the health world.
There you go. What about you? You
I
seem
think same as me. Yeah, I'd probably go vegan too. The thing is, like, you hear when you eat vegan, you're gonna lose weight, but apparently it's so high in protein that you end up actually gaining weight.
Other way around. It's actually very high in carbohydrates.
High in carbs,
Yes.
sorry.
That's the thing. I see people who are vegan and they're like big balloons. They're like, I'm like, how does that work?
Well, a loaf of bread and margarine every day is technically vegan.
And cakes and cookies and sweets and things like that.
no,
No.
no butter.
Yeah, but I mean, there's butter.
Margarine,
Yeah.
yes. No milk, no cream.
Okay, so
No
two for
honey.
vegan.
Two for vegan.
Two for vegan.
All right, you guys are bachelors. You're looking to mingle. Mini or boity? Mini or boity?
Wow.
Whoa! Whoa! Would you rather?
I know Mini, so I'm gonna say Mini. I don't want to get into trouble.
Keep it clean.
Only because you know her. Yeah?
No.
He's burning
Is that
out.
too hot? Is that it's a tough
I'm
choice,
thinking,
right?
Who do I choose?
He's
Okay,
licking
let's
his
go.
lips,
Let's
rubbing
go.
his thighs. Like, this is work for him.
No, let's go boy too.
Why her?
He took Mini already, so but you know, let me take boy too.
Yeah, you know, spread the love.
Spread the love.
All right, no, cool. Thanks, guys, for playing. Guys, keep it moving. We like to hear from you guys on social media. Don't forget, we are at
Facebook, The Weekend Edition. Twitter, Instagram, The Weekend on 3. Hashtag The Weekend Edition.
You can tell I'm not on social media. I don't even know these things. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the weekend edition. We are on our grown man swag tip right now. You know what I mean? We both got our legs crossed. We're looking very adult-like, feeling mature.
Beards.
Yeah, the beards are out.
Strong.
There you go. She's sweating over there. Yeah, fans. You know what I mean? You'll give an autograph after. Take a picture with her.
Yeah.
What was that?
There's no network connections on the phone.
Something about a network connection. What is that? Is
I
that
must have got excited when Kanye was...
Oh, the phone got excited. Like, take a picture. Kyle Deutsch, hanging out with you. You've had a phenomenal, what is it, year in music?
Yeah, I
This
think
is
it's... Well, we released our first track, which was Back to the Beach, in February, March
So it hasn't
2015.
even- Oh, right, okay. And it's kind of weird because whenever I talk to musicians who just sort of are just breaking, their songs take so long to like just bubble, and then it's like, so you've had this song out for all this time, but it really only took over towards the end of last year, early this year, right?
Yeah.
And of course, now.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. We watched the plays and the where it was sitting on the Rams chart, which is a chart for all the South African music, and where it's most rotated. And its most rotation was in like the first week of Jan, which means that, and we released it in March.
Right.
So in all that time, people
9,
were
10 months.
still finding out about it. People were finding out who we were. And in a way, I'm thankful it took so long, gave the song much more life and much more
But now you're supposed to capitalize on it and just start, because
Oh, yeah.
now people start looking for new material. They're like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
And you start, that's when you're supposed to bang it out. But you're also taking your time.
We've been banging out hits. I mean, All Night went to #1. Wild Side's sitting
Perfect.
at #1 in Cape Town now. Let You Know from that Shekinah did off of Back to the Beach also went to #1. So
Right.
our songs are reaching the top. I think now for us it's more of putting the music to a face and for people to realize that's the guy who makes the music.
Right. We were talking off camera, you were talking about standards. How would you describe your sound and your music? And I want to segue that into like the quality of South African music now.
I think the quality of South African music right now is on the rise like no other. I think the industry is booming now. The quality of producers, you look at the guys like Sketchy Bongo, Gemini Major, the guys from WTF, Charlie from... There's just guys who are great, and it's changing away from a musical background to more of like a music and PC and being able to operate the programs and that sort of thing. And South Africa's catching on to that really now.
Is it the digital stuff that's made production so much more accessible? That's increased the production level? Because I've heard of like guys like Eminem come in, like they'll listen to the local music and stuff like that. They'll go, yeah, it's good, but it sounds like us 10 years ago, and everything, and even the quality, they always kind of say it's not up to what it should be.
I think with the new digital era, obviously those guys who were based on the music and based on playing instrumentation and live music, they're gonna have to learn how to use the new systems and the new tools to adapt their production and that sort of stuff. And I mean, if we're starting to listen now, the quality is right up there. I mean, I'll speak from myself, from myself and the team coming from Durban.
I think there's a little dust on
Sketchy Bongo, and the boys like we're making some cool stuff, and South Africa is noticing, and we're creating a new, almost like a pop sound, which hasn't been around, and which is cool to hear.
Yeah, wow, man. Just going back into your background, you're a chiropractor. You're man. You've done so many things. You played a lot of sports in your childhood. You dabbled in professional sports as well. Just explain to people, like, firstly, the number of talents you have, and it seems like you're focusing now on music and everything else is kind of on the shelf, right? You're not involved in sports as much. You're not a chiropractor. You're not doing any of that stuff.
I am still a chiropractor.
No ways.
I still run a health company called M&D Health. I see patients every day.
What is it? Is it like a surgery where you see clients every day?
Yeah.
Or?
So I have patients. I work at I don't work at a school, but my practice is based at a school. I see outside patients. I see the schoolways.
No ways. And you do music on the weekends.
And in the evenings.
Get out of here. So how do you find the time? Because I would imagine being a chiropractor is such a serious job, and it's a full-time job.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's appointment based, so people make appointments, they come in for their appointments. I structure my appointments how and when, so I'm in Cape Town right now, obviously not having any appointments, so I've moved my appointments around to suit my schedule, and so it's possible to do both. I like doing it, I like the fact that there's a health side and an avenue for me to let out like what's in me that isn't music. And because if you're involved in everything where the spotlight's always on you, life becomes more tricky.
Do your patients know that you're the guy who's singing on the...
They know. I mean, you're not just gonna arrive at any chiropractor and be like, hi, I was about to... So people have talked, and so people come to me, some find out when they're there, but I mean, it's a very... Going to a chiropractor or going to a physician is a personal thing, so they don't get super excited.
Get caught up in that.
I mean, yeah. And I'm normal, right?
Right. No, you are. You're pretty well grounded. I mean, except for the shoes, but you know. You're gonna perform a song for us right now. This is your second single?
Yeah.
And you guys are currently... No. Is this the one?
This is Wild Side. It's a collaboration with myself, Ewan Wolf, and Sketchy Bongo. We released it around March this year, I think.
All right, cool.
Earlier this year.
Let's check it out. Wild Side. The floor is yours, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's take a walk on the wild side, baby. You, me, the feeling's just crazy. Can you see us doing this daily? You're like, damn, you're amazing. Let's take a walk on the wild side, baby. You, me, the feeling's just crazy. Can you see us doing this daily? You're like, damn, you're amazing. I'm like, damn, you're amazing. I'm like, damn, you're amazing. I'm like, ooh, you're amazing. Flowers get old, see those pretty petals fall. See the color now, do you remember it all? Friendship and love, they end up the same. It's not a different game, it's the way that we play. Anyone said you got a body from the summer, coming from the dark. It's winter, it's the way that we play. The prince of the city, feeling fresh like Big Willie, getting jiggy with it. We on the next hit, can you hear it? I see you smiling, you know we stay with. Can you feel it? Yeah, you feel it. Tell me, yeah, that's a great feeling. Let's take a walk on the wild side, baby. You, me, the feeling's just crazy. Can you see us doing this daily? You're like, damn, you're amazing. Let's take a walk on the wild side, baby. You, me, the feeling's just crazy. Can you see us doing this daily? You're like, damn, you're amazing. I'm like, damn, you're amazing. Damn, you're amazing. I'm like, damn, you're amazing. Wild side, yeah, baby.
Say how much? Say how
Take a walk on the wild side, yeah, baby.
Fucking shine. Say how much?
Let's take a walk on the wild side, baby. You, me, the feeling's just crazy. Can you see us doing this daily? You're like, damn, you're amazing. Let's take a walk on the wild side, baby. You, me, the feeling's just crazy. Can you see us doing this daily? You're like, damn, you're amazing. I'm like, damn, you're amazing. I'm like, damn, you're amazing.
Fucking shine. Say how much?
Damn, you're amazing. Damn, you're amazing. Damn, you're amazing. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Kanye, that song was about me, okay? Now, guys, some more great food, music, and conversation with our wonderful guests after this ad break when the Weekend Edition continues.
It's a weekend, yeah. It's a weekend.
You're still watching the Weekend Edition right here on SABC3 with myself, Kanye Mbao. I'm sitting with Nay Maps. I always look at actors and I ask myself, I wonder what the person is like when the camera's switched off, without them having their guard up, without them worrying about their makeup and what they're wearing. Are they real? Are they as cool as the world should be? Are you cool? You look cool.
Wow.
You're
Thank
dressed
you.
well.
Thank you very much. Likewise.
Thank you.
I think I'd like to think and hopefully be cool. But truth of the matter is I'm nothing like my character. My character is totally opposite of who I am.
Yeah.
As much as there's certain similarities, but the gist of who he is totally opposite from who I am.
Take me through the DNA of your character, because your character is someone else, man. It's something else, dude.
My character is very stubborn. He's very stubborn and he wants things to go the way he sees them, no matter what.
Who's we like?
You know,
Yeah.
one of the things I like is that he stands for his family. The love is still there, in spite of the fact that he grew up in a family that's not biologically his. But I think that's where we see the process and the results of nurture that have come about. You know, it's that nature versus nurture type of thing. So being the family that I've always known, in spite of their blood not being that blood running through my veins,
yes,
but I still view them as family. And it happens so much in society where there are many children that have been brought up by people and parents that are not biologically theirs.
True.
And that, we cannot really say that does not make them their parents, because that's all we ever knew.
So how much of you in your character is there? Because when my mom watches anything I do, she's always like, which part are you?
I get you. I love his ambition. His ambition and his love for his family. I love my family so much. And I truly thank them for contributing to the man that I am today. So I think it's those similarities that we share. And I think my character has a bit of style, you know, which I think I have as well.
You do. I can see it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But the rest, too, stealing of cars, hijacking, yeah. No, that is not me.
Have you stolen anything before? Even if it's an eraser, it's theft. You've stolen something. You must have stolen something.
Why do you have to expose me like that, though?
Have you stolen anything?
Okay, yes.
What?
I've stolen stationery, but it was for a good cause because it was helping me do my assignments. And those assignments
it was towards
led me
to
great cause, you know. I
Yes.
eventually got 80% A marks, you know. I love food. I love food, but I try not to steal people's food.
Okay.
Yeah, I love, but the fruits on this table look very
Well, I'd love you
appetizing.
to taste
let me
them.
just, can I?
Yeah.
That's
Please.
cool. Okay.
Have some. They're freshly picked from our garden. We haven't taken people outside yet. But
Are you
it's from
serious?
our
You have
garden.
your own garden here?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I need to live here. I need to work here.
I'll have to speak to my roommate when you meet him later and see if we can try and find you space here. Uzalo. Uzalo has so many icons, especially Lilith.
Wow.
When you got that first call that you are chosen to be one of the cast members, first day on set, how was that?
Oh my word. From the call. I didn't even know what the production was about. When I auditioned, I remember attending the auditions, I literally waited 7 to 8 hours before I auditioned.
Wow.
Auditioned, and then they told me I made it to the callbacks, got to the callbacks. After the callback, I literally waited 6 months for the call. But after the callbacks, I was like, you know what, there's something about this production that I really need to be part of. I was like, God, please.
Make it
you
happen.
know my heart, I've been praying for this.
Yeah.
I get the call, and then for my first day on set, I'm like, oh my word.
It's
Well,
happening.
before the first day, obviously you get to see who's playing which character. They show you. And I was like, oh my, I got a lead role. Wow, I'm so humbled. And then I get to meet the legends. I'm like working with people that I've grown up watching.
Yes.
The whole Sarafina.
Yes.
You know, I'm
the
like,
whole Sarafina.
The whole Sarafina right here.
here.
And on top of that, she's actually your biological mother.
Bro.
I'm like, oh my word. It's been so humbling. And the way she views me, she's literally a mother. She is so down to earth. She's so humble. I'm inspired all the time. You know, I get into my character. I like the fact that we block or have a few second rehearsal.
Yes.
The director tells us how he wants things to be. During those moments, initially, from the first early days, I was like, oh my word, is this really happening? You know, I'm trying to get into my character. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I had to be like, okay, no, gosh, I need to fully get into my character.
Yes.
It's been a humbling experience, and I'm learning so much. For them to view me as colleagues and as a peer, it's amazing, you know. Even Ubab Pekim Kwan,
Yes.
legendary theatrical legend.
Yes.
Ubab Pekim Kwan has also been an honor, and to have them view me as a colleague and a friend, it's really amazing. To be able to pick up the phone and call them and be like, wow, some tips or advice if I'm going through this.
Oh, man.
And they freely share. They're like, dude, anytime you want. They're like, dude, you yourself are doing an amazing job. I'm like, oh my word. I'm like, wow, Baba, I am truly humbled. And the lady who plays Mango, I think she's so talented. And the gentleman that played Kapashe, I've just been learning so much from all of them. So it's a dream come true. And it really is the beginning for me.
Now, when did you realize that you're famous?
Then I'm
You know,
famous.
you know we shoot things. Nah? You go to work, you shoot. But there's that one day you actually realize that, wow, okay, I'm known. I'm a face. When did that day come? What happened? What was that one incident that made you realize that, okay, people see what I do?
Okay, I've always had the love and passion for the arts. So back in high school, when they had Valentine's balls that asked me to sing or that asked me to play the piano.
Right.
So from those days, the school pupils would be like, oh my gosh. You know, if I'm in grade 9, the grade 8s that are adoring. If I'm in matric, grade 11, 10, all of them are like, oh my gosh. I'm like, whoa. But then I just thought, okay, it's more of an admiration.
Girls.
You say what?
The girls at your school, anyway. Carry on.
Let's not go there. But when I started doing TV ads, I think that experience just escalated. At home, I did IT, by the way. I was studying IT. So at home, they were not really for me fully pursuing what I'm doing now. Because, I mean, they wanted me to have a so-called secure job.
Everybody.
You know? And because they love us and they want to see their children prospering.
They see this as a hobby.
Exactly.
Are you serious?
I mean, think about it.
You're gonna act?
What?
Seriously?
Like, can you please take it seriously?
Yeah.
What about the money we've been putting in and investing in you? You know? So when they started seeing that happen, it kind of opened up their minds and their hearts like, oh my gosh, I guess this thing that he's been pursuing for so long is actually real and is happening. It escalated from then, TV ads and then TV presenting, everything just escalated. And then the acting, when the acting kicked in, I think the database, the numbers just blew out of the roof, and the love and the support that people are showing is like, oh my gosh, it's extremely humbling. So I think, I don't know if I'm answering your question, but it kind of grew.
Yes.
You know, but being on the show now on SABC, it's even crazy now. It's even crazy. It's literally so hard to just walk into a place. I mean, you know how it is, get to a place. Typical, just going to the store is a mission, you know? But I'm grateful for the love and to see people appreciating what you do.
That's awesome. But I always say, you always get that one experience that you'll never forget, especially in the industry, in the history of your career. What's that one experience that you will never, ever forget?
Okay, that experience was me being at a place where I want to be. I've always wanted to be in media. I've always wanted to be an actor. Here am I at an audition in front of cameras and people, and I do my thing. And then I'm told by the very person who's there to judge me to tell me that I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
I don't have what it takes, and I'm not going to make it.
Eish.
That was crushing. I mean, I'm hustling and borrowing money to get to those places.
It's hard.
That I don't even have, and then to be told, in my journey to pursuing my dreams, that I don't have what it takes.
Eish.
It just blew me off. I was like, oh my gosh. But something within me, amidst all of that, was like, you know what, dude? For as long as you can truly believe in something, have the picture in your mind, it will definitely happen. Don't give up. So I've learned to not give up. People can have perceptions about you.
Yeah,
people can say, you know what, and then it happens where they get to see the real you and you just prove them wrong.
Yeah.
And when your time comes, it's your time. There's no one that can stop it from happening. So yeah, that was very emotional for me to be told that, to be denied my dream.
Your dream.
Yeah, that
access to your dream. That's That's the hardest thing. But you're on a roll. Now that the door's been open, you're now taking all the keys to every other door, because I see an M and an M, and that seems like your initials, right?
Yes, it is.
You're into clothing.
I am. I've always been into clothing. Like I said, I've always had the passion for the arts. So even back in high school, I used to do portrait painting, arts, pencil drawing, but I specialize in pencil drawing.
Yeah.
So I did art as a subject, and I loved it. Like I do literally just, if you give me a pic of you, I would draw you in a few hours' time, you know. And I think about 2-3 years ago, I was like, you know what? I see myself having a clothing line. And then 2 years ago, the year later, I started putting it into practice. That's where the design of the logo came about.
Yes.
You know, I was actually playing around with my initials and designs and all of that. And then it came about. But in those 2 years, I'd try and meet up with people that are in the industry that could help me out. And then they're like, who's this?
Who's this guy?
With my designs, I'll draw the type of sweater, jacket that I want to have made with my brand. I look at brands like Louis Vuitton and Adidas, Nike. I'm like, you know what? I see myself having that type of brand that is worn by the whole world. So I've been dreaming about it, and I put it on paper, and I worked on it. For 2 years, it didn't happen. This year, a few months ago, it happened. So it's just been a few weeks. So this is the clothing line. This is just some of the items from my clothing line. Right now, I'm pushing the beanies because it is kind of chilly.
Yes.
And hoodies. I'm not wearing the hoodie now, but I'm wearing a long sleeve overlapping top. And people can soon get a hold of the merchandise soon. We're busy finalizing the website. I'm incorporating the clothing line aspect onto it.
Yes.
So people will be able to Google it and place their orders and everything.
But is it for guys or is it guys and girls?
It's a men's and ladies range.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Music.
Yeah.
You're like a triple threat. Look, you're everything. You're art. Music?
Music is my life.
Yeah.
It runs in the family. I had been pushing music from a very long time. I actually wanted to pursue music, but because of my family background and how my parents were like, dude, get a job, get a car, family.
Get a name.
Be said, you know?
Yeah.
Then do your stuff. I was like, okay, they probably won't allow me to do music right now, so let me do the IT. I still sang. I learned how to play the piano.
Where you play, by
self-taught. Yeah, self-taught.
Self-taught.
Self-taught. My father actually gave me the basics of every key, like your 1-4-5 progression.
Yes.
And then I just expanded on that.
Yeah.
Yes, well.
I'm just saying yes. Mm.
Yeah, and then the music, the singing, I took the singing seriously from Matric. Because Matric, I made it into the school musical, and I sang lead. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I guess I need to do something about this.
There's something in there.
There's something in there. And then from then on into varsity, it's been gigs, performing, songwriting, arranging. And so soon, people can expect my music to come out.
You've said something interesting about when you started out in the industry, your parents didn't understand, and now that they're supportive. Being a child of a pastor that has a congregation, to playing a thug on TV.
Imagine that.
How does that affect the image of the family or the church? Do people understand that it's just acting? Or did you have to explain to your dad, or sometimes call him and be like, Dad, tomorrow's episode is it's a bit hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's been quite interesting. I'm grateful that the masses in the world, more and more people are starting to understand that there's different types of jobs, and that acting is also a job. As much as there's still the minority of people that are still finding it hard to differentiate between reality and fiction, but a majority is there and understanding. So I called my dad. I told him the role I was playing. But then what they didn't, the way the production issued out the script and the work, they didn't give us the whole overview until the end.
Of course.
You know?
They never tell
you.
You
get what I'm saying?
No.
But here am I, so it's all innocent. I'm in this family, and I'm this good boy.
Of course.
You know, goody two shoes. Bloodline is actually from the pastor, Christian family. So he wants things to be right.
Of course.
And then I started realizing on the script,
It's getting
oh
rotten.
my gosh, okay, woo.
It's getting rotten.
It's getting real. I just had to remind my dad, like, Baba, you remember that I am working, right? And this is a job. I'm gonna be portraying what's happening in society. And I'm gonna be playing a character that is contrary to
So you had that talk with Dad.
We had that talk. But when it happened. And right now, as much as my character is opposite, I was actually happy to hear him say, yo, my son, what you're doing is quite scary, but hats off, you're doing an amazing job. I was like, Ngiyabonga, cool.
That's all that matters. Once you get their blessing, that's enough.
That's so true. I mean, I had an emotional point when my dad called, because remember, they were not really for this. And when they saw everything about my life flourishing in my dreams, my dad called me. He's like, dude, my son, I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you.
Ish.
Yo, I was so emotional. As much as my parents have always loved me and have been proud of me from a young age, but for him to tell me that he's proud of me, because now he's seeing what he didn't believe in,
Dude.
flourishing, and the masses are going mad. It's crazy, and the numbers are just skyrocketing. He just opened his mouth, dude, I'm proud of you. And I was on the phone and I was in the bathroom, and I literally shed a tear.
I would too.
I was like, wow, finally. But I'm like, Baba, thank you so much. I'm grateful for your support. And I'm not here, I'm not here by myself, but because of your prayers and eventually allowing me to
be me and
to be me
Yeah.
has contributed to this. So it's,
Wow.
yeah, that was an emotional thing, but I'm grateful.
Everyone knows on the show that I cry at a drop of a hat, so I'm not gonna. Let's go to an ad break, and when we come back, we talk food, entertainment, music, acting, fashion, you name it, we have it. It's the Weekend Edition.
Yeah, man, welcome back to the Weekend Edition. All right, so we're not doing vegan anymore, right?
No, we are going onto a new health trend at the moment.
This is a breakfast dish?
This is a breakfast dish.
Okay.
It's a nice sweet
I
breakfast
see
dish.
eggs, yes. All right.
Welcome back.
Okay.
We are making a paleo breakfast now.
Paleo?
Yeah, this is going to be a sweet potato pancake stack. I always find when I try to order a healthy breakfast when I go to a restaurant, most of the time it's always muesli, fruit salad, yogurt. That's your kind of your healthy option. This is a nice alternative, and what we're going to use is a little mini pancake maker. Okay. So for the bachelors,
Gotta get that.
But they don't have this. They don't have this.
No, but you can go buy.
But you can just throw it in a pan, right? And
You
just
can
like,
also do it in a pan like a rosti.
Yeah.
And we're going to be spiralizing our sweet potatoes. So I know you think this is cheese, but these are actually sweet potatoes.
That is cheese.
These are sweet potatoes. So we've got my spiralizer here. Spiralizing is a very big trend at the moment, especially in paleo, because you don't eat any kind of refined
Just
carbohydrates.
explain what paleo is again.
So paleo is a whole foods diet. Basically means, think about it as if we were cavemen, how would we eat?
Okay.
Would you be eating pasta?
No.
No.
Exactly. Would you be eating white bread?
No.
Exactly. So you basically, that's what you got to keep in mind. Anything that you would eat as if you were a caveman. They call it the caveman diet. So strict paleo is no dairy, but we're going to be using a little bit of double cream yogurt. Paleo's kind of evolved as the years have gone by, and they kind of allow introducing small amounts of dairy.
Right.
So we're going to be having yogurt. We're using eggs. We've got some sweet potato, and I'm going to show you how to use a spiralizer. You get two types of spiralizers these days.
Cavemen would not have had a
No. But the caveman would have just kind of like thrown that in the fire and then like eaten it in his face.
Right, okay.
Which wouldn't have been as nice.
Cool.
So you get two types of spiralizers. This is a more industrial one with your little turn style. And you also get these really easy to use pencil sharpener style spiralizers that you basically just pencil sharpen.
Okay, you put the potato in and you... Okay, that's really
Carrots.
cool.
You can spiralize anything. Sweet potatoes, baby marrows, carrots, turnips, beetroots, and you can use them to substitute all your pasta type dishes, all your noodles, all your spaghetti. You can use your spiralizer rather, and it's a much healthier choice, yeah.
Okay.
And you don't have to cook them because the vegetables kind of maintain their crunch when they're raw, absorb the sauce, and taste fantastic. So it's pretty much as easy as putting it in, making sure it's secured nicely, getting a good grip. Yeah.
Just that easy.
That's why it looks like cheese.
So that's all it is. So for the pancakes,
So cool.
It's cool, eh?
So if you want to pound that yam, you can also have spiralized yam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we put our sweet potato. I'm going to take a little bit more here, and we pop it in a bowl.
It's interesting.
Now, sweet potato you can actually eat raw. You can't eat regular potatoes raw. It's not very good for your digestive system. But sweet potatoes you can eat raw. You can cut them really finely and eat them as chips even, which is nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the never-ending spiral. Okay, so we've got that here. And then what we're going to do is we've got a kettle of water on the boil. We're basically just going to top this up so that whilst...
That's hot water. Can I help you there?
Yeah.
I don't know how to use this. I think, yeah, you're
I think you've
supposed
got
to...
to do that. Team effort.
There you go. How much?
Good work. All the way to the top, so they're all covered. That's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Thank you, Joe. Right, and we're just going to set these aside so that they can kind of gently soften so that they're not too raw when you make your pancake.
Okay.
In the meantime, Joe.
Can I just stuff them in there?
You can push that down.
I'm very
Don't worry, I'm getting you
particular.
involved now. You're back on the frying duty.
Cool.
So it's always nice to top your pancake with something. Like I said, we're going to be using the double cream yogurt. Always choose full cream, double cream, never low fat, ever. Low fat means more sugar in anything. Go, next time you're at the supermarket, go have a look at the low fat and the full cream milk.
These people are actually trying to make us fools.
Yeah.
Why? Of course, because sugar's addictive. So once you've had sugar and you can't stop having it, you are a sold customer for the rest of your life.
That's the thing, though. Everybody goes, don't have full cream milk. It's bad for you. Have low fat.
No, fat doesn't mean fat. Sugar means fat.
Okay.
Always.
Here we go.
Full fat for the win.
There's honey.
And I can say this because I used to be a full fat. No,
What do you mean? Did you lose weight?
I used to be about 26 kilograms heavier than I am now.
Gee whiz, I don't believe you.
I promise. And it was all because I believed that low-fat diets and things like whole grain pastas and all that was the way to live healthily.
Right.
And read a book and it kind of explained the science behind eating, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. And I just cut out refined carbohydrates and lost quite a lot of weight.
So refined, you don't do sugar in anything.
No
so
sugar.
You'll do honey.
I'll do honey, natural sugar, and I also live a balanced lifestyle. So I work out quite hard. So if I work out, if I want to have an ice cream, I always kind of believe in balance.
Do you do maple syrup?
No, that's sugar in my mind.
Maple syrup from a maple tree? Are you serious?
That's sugar.
I love maple syrup. Okay.
Doesn't mean you can't have it.
Right, and a beer, an occasional beer. I mean, that's also sugar.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say no to a beer.
Okay, cool.
I don't feel that alcohol sugar kind of counts. Because
That's right, girl.
With carbs?
Okay, at least you cheat. That's all I needed to know.
Everything in moderation. That's my kind of ethos. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a really nice honey and orange syrup that we're going to drizzle over our full cream, double cream yogurt.
Okay.
So Joe, if you wouldn't mind giving those.
And you can't have
We're
those
toasting
nuts.
these up.
We are toasting the nuts.
You can't have nuts.
Yes, we're going to make you a separate one. Don't worry.
I eat those.
Are you allergic to all nuts, like almonds? It doesn't matter what kind of
Can
nut
you
it
eat
is.
peanuts?
But I can't eat peanuts.
Oh, so it's tree nuts and ground nuts. And people don't realize peanuts grow out in the
Oh,
ground.
it's starting to whistle. Do I take it off? Or?
I think we can turn that off. We don't need the water anymore.
Yeah.
So if we can just keep stirring those with the spatula to make sure that they don't burn on one side. You can obviously have them raw if you want. I always prefer my nuts a little toasted because it brings out the good fats inside of the nuts as well. Raw nuts are obviously much more nutritious for you, but I kind of like the crunchiness of a toasted almond. What we're going to do then as well is we're going to take the juice of an orange, once those are slightly toasted, a little bit of honey, and then some cinnamon, which with orange and sweet potato and almonds is always going to be a good combination. So I'm just going to sprinkle some cinnamon over the nuts so that they can kind of get that flavor in them while they're roasting.
Yeah. It's going to smell amazing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of cinnamon. I think if you just throw cinnamon in anything,
Yeah.
It comes
just,
alive.
yeah, it smells like Christmas kind of and like
Yeah.
home cooking. So those are looking nice. I'm going to put the heat up a little bit. Keep giving that a nice stir. And one thing that people find is they get confused between Banting and Paleo. So Paleo promotes a high protein, whole food, lots of vegetables, and like I said, anything that's kind of caveman style.
But people that bant gain weight.
I think because people don't understand what Banting is. So we are doing a Banting breakfast this morning as well. I always find Banting's quite fun because you can eat as much bacon as you want.
Banting meaning carb-free. Or low
Carb-free.
carb, yeah.
Low carb,
High fat.
medium protein, and high fat, always. High fat for everything.
I did that and I lost weight.
Really?
Yeah,
Did you?
I did.
It works much better for men than it does for women, funnily enough. I'm not quite sure the science behind it.
I need something in my life. Yeah.
Banting. Oh, Banting's a good one. You can have bacon, that's why it's nice.
Yeah.
But you got to drink...
With your hand.
Look, I know my weakness. I love cupcakes. I love like desserts and ice creams. Like, and the hardest thing in the world for me is to give those up. Or to do without. Like, I can do a week or two, and then after that, I'm back.
Yeah.
So you love your sugar.
know,
Once you have that first bite.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, what are we here for? Like, why do we need
Thank you.
That's why everything in moderation, as long as you work out. Let's turn that down. So keep giving that a stir. We put in quite a lot of honey in here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I'm going to top that up also with some orange juice.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I think we can lift that off the heat a little bit so it's not
Boiling
too
the
hot.
orange juice.
All right.
Cooking it.
There we go. Oof, that
And,
smells amazing. Kanye, would you mind cutting up the banana? It's going to be one of our toppings, Dad. You
I can cut off a banana.
You can add any fruit to this. Like I said, healthy eating doesn't have to be so strict and like kind of stringent. You can have fun with it. I'm showing you a base of a really healthy pancake to make. You can top it with whatever you want. Whatever you got in your fridge. Some leftover fruit, slice up some strawberries. We're going to do a banana. If you can just cut little discs. Even avocado you can top on there, pour some honey over it. Avocado doesn't always have to be a savory item. It can be a sweet one as well. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to drain this off, if you wouldn't mind passing me a fork. I'm going to drain the water out of here. Now, our sweet potatoes should have softened quite a bit here.
Does it have to be boiling water?
It does, yeah, because otherwise they're not going to get soft, and then you're going to kind of have a very crunchy.
have a kettle, right?
Yeah, no, I've organized that so far.
But you can, again, microwave. You
Microwave.
could do it in the microwave. And then for, we're going to just add one egg. You just need the egg kind of to bind the sweet potatoes together so that they hold their shape.
But now, how do you get time to do these things when your schedule is so hectic? Like you wake up at like 5 a.m. and you're back at home at like 6 p.m.
Well, I'm a bit of a gadget kitchen appliance freak, so I've got one of these little pancake makers. I also have a little mini pie maker, and for that in the morning, I make scrambled eggs and I mix whatever I have in the. I'm very paranoid about waste. I hate waste. So anything that's in the fridge that needs to be used, I'll chop it up, mix it with some eggs, and I'll keep that mixture in the fridge. Turn on my little pie maker, or you can even pour muffin tins, put it in the oven or in your pie maker, go have a shower when you're back. You've got delicious, carb-free egg muffins.
But not only that, I think a lot of people are afraid of being in the kitchen. I think if you take like a therapeutic approach to cooking, cooking can be very therapeutic. Just being in the kitchen, creating something that you're going to eat.
And not
you
being
can make
scared.
it a routine that actually is part of your relaxation, as opposed to, oh my God, I gotta just quickly make something to eat and go.
No, but
if
some
you make
people
it
have also said that you can cook food on Sunday and put it into little packs and freeze
Yes,
it.
that's always...
So that you just get home for during the week. So some people cook a large meal.
My father used to be like
and
that.
then they
I can't
save
do
it
that.
up. I also can't.
Yeah,
But
pan.
if you don't want to starve.
That's what we're taught, though. Cook on Sunday, as varsity kids. Cook on Sunday.
Yes.
Then at least Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is sorted. But you end up eating all the food by Monday.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, yeah.
One night out drinking in your home and you just eat everything in the freezer.
Exactly.
So basically our pancake maker's been turned on so it's nice and hot. And then we just add our mixture.
So these are gonna be like, these are sort of like sweet potato hash browns.
Exactly,
Yes.
but a easier version of making them because sweet potatoes cook a lot faster than regular potatoes.
This is gonna be dope, okay.
These are, believe me, these are going to be your...
So you can make these with normal potatoes.
You could.
You could,
But
yeah.
that's not good carbs, so no. That's not
Really?
paleo. For vegan, yeah, you can.
While we wait for our pancakes to fry, this young fashion designer is someone to look out for. Sibu James talks fashion in Braamfontein, her favorite places to hang out in Johannesburg. Let's check out where she gets her inspiration from.
One of Joburg's bustling central precincts, Braamfontein holds historical old buildings and a new generation of contemporary creative spaces. Here you'll find all types from students to street fashion rebels who inspire fashion designer Sibu James.
My love for Braamfontein started when I first moved to Johannesburg. Now it's 5 years ago. Fell in love with the streets. It's very grunge, it's very in your face, it's not about status. It's not about, you know, where you come from. It's just about you as a product and your individuality. I think that's the fun part about Braam. And that's what design is for me. It's about the personality of the person.
Sibu's brand Pilgrim Clothing is functional workwear with handcrafted finishes and extends into pieces which are experimental and theatric.
Pilgrim Clothing is a menswear brand. It's a menswear brand, but it's a little bit for the awkward girl as well, like me. I really design for a manly man, but a girl like me who enjoys oversized fits, who enjoys layering. The first collection was inspired by the hobos of Johannesburg. Second collection inspired by ZCC church-going folks. Third one is an amalgamation of Wimsarel and Shaka Zulu if they had a baby together. So it's about South African stories. It's about my nostalgic view of what a South African man looks like, but a globalized man as well. It wants to make South Africans fall in love with themselves again. The creative challenges are never ending, especially when you're a South African designer. From making sure that what you put out into the market isn't just South African alone, but it's global and it attracts that global consumer. So I think that's always the biggest challenge. It's like getting that perfect compromise between Africa and the global world. I think another big challenge for a creative is just being a creative and surviving. You know, it's so tough understanding what business means, how to manage yourself as that creative. And I think the struggles just make it the better journey. You'll see a corporate person, they've got a planned schedule of their success. But with a creative, it's not planned, it's about the mistakes. That's what takes us to our biggest glory. So for us, it's just about that hustle. It's fun, it's always struggling, but look, you smile through it, eh?
Of course, all creatives need inspiration and have to devise fresh concepts from the interesting art and people who surround them.
My inspiration as a designer, it really comes from everybody and everywhere. From East London, I used to have random conversations with the beach hobos. I used to have random conversations with the car guards. And my mother is my really biggest inspiration. My father passed away when I was 8 years old, so she's really been everything I've ever known. And her style has kind of imprinted itself on me. I always say to her, "Oh, girl, are you sure you want to wear that?" But, you know, that's what I love about her. She doesn't care. You know, for her, it's about expressing what she feels on that day. The coat I'm wearing today, even the scarf, actually, both my mothers. And it's because of the way she's free about who she is in clothing. That's what I've taken from her. She's made me comfortable with who I am. And it's kind of adopted itself into who I am as a designer as well. And it's her honesty in dress that's reflected in her character, and it's reflected in who I am as well. And that's what I love about Mrs. James, hey? Crazy little rugrat, but you can't get enough of her.
These inspirations from family, city dwellers, and her own ideas challenging society's norms translate into pieces which reflect Sibu's whimsical take on clothing.
For me, it's about the wearer owning what I've made for them and customizing it even more, you know? Have fun in clothing. That's the whole point, right?
Welcome back. She is definitely someone to look out for, and I love the spots that she chose for us. So remember to keep the conversation going right here on the Weekend Edition. Hashtag Weekend Edition on Facebook, it's the Weekend Edition. Twitter, Instagram, it's the Weekend on 3. Give us a shout, tell us what you think, show us your dishes, your vegan dishes. Tell us how you do it, right? Let's go to an ad break. Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. It's about hoodies and jackets. Hoodies and jackets, and it's good if they're olive green. So if that's what you're wearing this weekend, you are on it. Happy Saturday, because that's what my guests are wearing today. Tumi and Kwesta, welcome to the show.
How you doing, Kenny?
Yeah, the hoodie gang. Tumi from the gang. She says she's not Tumi because there's so many Tumis in the industry, so she's Tumi from the gang.
Yes.
South Africa's Fergie. Get it?
How you doing?
How you doing? Babe, you've come a long way.
Thank you so much.
Ladies first, you understand what I'm saying?
No, don't. Yes, please.
You're good, eh? Okay. You come a long way.
Nyabong.
From the early days of Gangs of Instrumental being the Fergie, to running a business, Black Brain, to being a producer,
Yes.
And now you're back in the music industry again.
Yes.
You're back in the game.
Back in the game. I couldn't sleep, you know. I would look at those stage lineups and I'd be like, where my name at?
Hey, girl, hey.
So I had to get back into the studio and do my thing.
Would you say that music is like a bug? Once it bites you, you're done. It's
That's
finished.
it. Aulali, 3 a.m. in the morning, it's that bug that's going, come on now, let me out, belt that song.
Tell me about Bay.
Eish.
Why are you finding another Bay?
Eish. Abo Bay bayahlupha. Abo Questa so. Bayahlupha.
They lie. That's the problem.
It's a problem.
Yes.
So yabona labantu abazi ukuthi bayangena or bayaphuma ufuna ukuthi umphekele umwashele maqeda lapho he gonna be on some yazi you're gonna make a good wife for somebody someday, you know.
What a lie.
So
don't get me started. Don't get me started.
So Bay's about that guy.
But why Ukwesta on the track? Does he have the qualities of a guy that needs to be upgraded? What are you saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to figure it out. How did this come together?
Isn't your husband a gang member?
What?
Oh.
What? No, we're not talking about Tumi Masemola. We're talking about Tumi from the gang.
Thank
character.
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Kanye.
Sorry, my roommate is a bit...
He's out of hand.
Yeah, he's out of hand.
Ilaba so told about another being.
Yeah, but Uncle Pela. Yeah. Quest, I mean, your song has taken people back to the taverns. It's taken us out of the clubs and made a basic Saturday with friends help us create an amazing experience.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole point of it all. You know? As much as I didn't plan the song when I went to studio, it's literally a song that made itself because I was in studio, in good positioning, and it was like, it literally just happened like that. But, I mean, I wanted to make like an easy song where people can just remember how to have fun again because we've definitely complicated the whole concept of having fun. You know, we want to break bank, we want to show the other people what we can buy and whatever, and that's not fun. You know, that's not actual fun. You know, so I wanted to take it back to just being able to just have fun with whatever it is that's around you. You know, and hopefully Ingrid, you know, because it's actually. The one token, if Ingrid was to be described like the actual thing, it's like the one thing that represents fun when you're from.
It's a unifier. It puts people together.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. And I'm glad that the people took the song as that also, you know, because of everything that it's done. Generally, they literally took it, embraced it, and ate it up.
No,
or
it's
drank
too
it up,
easy.
maybe.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, thank
Tumi,
you.
you're coming back into the game.
Yeah.
Questa represents the new game, but he's brought the authentic oldness into it. How has it changed? How are these new kids? I think they're so cool, but they're so weird.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the game is not what it used to be back from Gang of Instrumentals days. But I mean, now with social media being what it is and the ability to promote your own music and get it out there and not having to rely on, traditional media has made it actually easier for us to penetrate the market. So I appreciate that. So, I'm rolling with the new school.
You're rolling with the new school? You're with the Gen Y? It's rolling with that? But guys, I mean, hip-hop has now become a mixture of Kwaito and hip-hop because people are taking lines from there, bringing it back. It's all about sampling. Is that a trend? Is that a genre on its own? Is that a way?
I think it's us as hip-hop artists and hip-hop people generally just... Because hip-hop's been around for quite a long time, but it's us trying to find an authentic South African sound, because as much as hip-hop is something we could use, it'll always be a thing that came from America, So what we needed to do is give it an identity that is ours, give it a stamp that is ours, and going back and borrowing from your legends, your Trompises and everybody, and the Kwaito guys, is because Kwaito is the one genre that is purely South African, like it has no other influences by anything. So doing that is how we stamp that and say we're South African, But I mean, there's different ways to do it and things like that. But the fact that we already have an identity, as a hip-hop culture, we can say, this sounds like a South African hip-hop song. If you hear a song from America, you can go, it sounds like a South African hip-hop song, you know what I mean? So that's what we've done, and I think that's what helped, actually, borrowing from the old. So the lesson here is that do not think people are old or that music doesn't matter anymore, because music lasts forever. I mean, we bringing back stuff that people had forgotten about and things like that, and it works, so music doesn't die.
That's so awesome. Where are the brothers?
My brothers.
You were in a band, babe.
The gang.
But yeah.
You know, right?
From the gang.
Oh, come on now.
Gang
you know, right?
Instrument. Where is the want?
Bakon. Mandla N is still working with me in the studio. He's one of my producers. Ubongo Riot is actually also the next single that I'm going to release is written by him, composed by him. So I'm still working with the guys, you know, it's just that Bongo's pursued his solo thing and Mandla's doing the TV production thing and I'm back in the music thing. So, yeah,
Okay, so you're still
is.
together, but will you guys come back and have a single or an album out together?
Possibly, yes. We still have got a lot of material in studio that could be released. So you never know what the future holds.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about skin and being, because now skin is everything.
Yes.
Do you think that skin sells music? It's part of art. It's okay for us to just be semi-nude or be nude but cover up in the right places?
Yazin, art is art. I think what makes us artists is the fact that we act on our impulses and we do what we believe our music or our audience wants, you know. And we love shocking people and that's what people do and we know that people love that. So for me, I would say...
You speak for the people. You speak for the people.
I represent the people.
Okay. No, Mina, I would say, you know, do your thing as an artist. It's about the kind of artist that you are. Me personally, you know, I'm more about the art of music. I'm more about the art of dancing rather than of, you know, showcasing my skin and all of that. So it depends the kind of artist you are.
Well, seeing that you feel you work on impulse, I'd love you to perform for me. Bay.
Khona manje?
Khona manje.
Ukhwesa akasakhumbula ivesi yakhe. Usayikhumbula? Oh, hayi.
Uyakhumbula?
Angiphethe lento.
All right. Let's find another bay. Let's find another bay.
Oh, great.
You won't admit you loving me, baby. All I seem to hear from you is maybe, baby. I can be here waiting on you, baby. You always tell me maybe. You're gonna drive me crazy. You're gonna drive me crazy. If you don't make your mind now, then yeah, cease trying. And I don't wanna wind up being lonely, broken hearted. So I'ma find another babe, find another babe, find another baby. I'ma find another babe, find another babe, find another baby. I'm not waiting on you, baby. Conversations on the phone, you say you wish you could be with me. Why, babe? Why you wasting all this time? I can wait and I can lie. This could be us, but we're not. If you don't make your mind now, then yeah, cease trying. And I don't wanna wind up being lonely, broken hearted. So I'ma find another babe, find another babe, find another baby. I'ma find another babe, find another babe. Find another baby, I'm not waiting on you, baby.
Hey, you don't wanna leave now. I'm getting in the scene now, so watch what you say. I'm not doing wait, I'm better with the rebound. Yeah, I'm coming home though, be proud. When your mind, that's deep house. With a big and click with a treasure map, that's how you found me now. Nyadala matabala, baganya pagala, hamba na jagabat. Nyaspana nyakanda, yaslanga sofuna vaya, kaisala nyatanda man. We're not through, it's not true. Still got you in my view. Feel if you put two and two together, we do like I do. Yeah, and love me for me, right? Like I love you for you. Yeah, I get love for my raps, but don't forget that I gave that to you. Even though I don't show it, you just gotta know it's there. My point is, you ain't gotta go nowhere. Come on, you don't wanna go, you know that. You just gotta know what's there.
And I don't wanna wind up being lonely, broken hearted.
So wait, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
So I'ma find another babe.
You ain't gotta
find another babe.
Say you ain't gotta
find another babe.
Come on, you don't have to do that. You ain't gotta
find another babe.
Say you ain't gotta
find another babe.
You ain't gotta
find another baby. I'm not waiting on you, baby.
No need to
find another babe.
There's no need to
find another babe.
no need to.
Find another baby.
Come on, don't do that. There's no need
I'ma
to.
find another
There's
baby.
no need to.
Find another
There's no
baby.
need to.
Find another baby. I'm not waiting on you, baby.
You ain't going nowhere. You
I'm
stand
leaving,
right here.
baby.
Come on. No need to find another baby. I'm right here.
Baby.
Tumi from the gang.
Feature
Boy, question.
requester.
Baby.
Yeah.
You're not leaving me though, right?
It depends
Come on, be serious.
how much you got.
Bless her bass, that's the name of the song.
I'm just playing.
No need to find another.
It's
no
cold,
need
babe.
to find another. No
Get
need
yourself
to.
some.
No need to. No need to. No need to.
That's
no
what
need
it
to.
is. So if you don't come back, I will find myself another babe. Only kidding. After the break, we continue with our show as we go back in the kitchen with Joe.
And that's not me dancing, by the way. Eh? Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. We've got all our guests here, and we're just gonna have a little general chat. Hey, we got Tumi, Kyle. Do people call you Navs or do they say the whole name?
Name apps.
Name
Oh,
apps.
name. I mean,
Name
apps. Why am I
or
saying
Nay.
Navs? Is it Nay? Yeah. What I wanted to say is they call you Nay.
Yeah.
And Nay is it short for something or is it an?
It's Cape Tonian. It's Cape Tonian from no.
Yeah, I put it that.
Name?
Well, no.
They'll have you in the streets for that. He's a Durbanite, guys.
Oh, wow.
If you see him in the Cape Town streets, you have my permission to have him.
Name apps is a combination of my name and surname.
Yeah.
So name apps means overwhelming prosperity and success.
Babe, talk about it.
Exactly.
Overwhelming prosperity and success.
It's too much.
Keep prophesying.
In short, it's
Come on.
Jeez. All right. He also switched his name up as well, just to get at him.
Oh, is it?
So your name is Kyle
Deichman.
Deutsch.
Yeah,
Deichman.
Deichman.
Yeah, it's Deichman.
But these days, Twitter and all that, you can't have Deichman. It's like
Yeah.
characters. If they just
You
took off the man.
changed the
and
name
everything,
for social
can't
media.
And it just says when you're writing it, it was just way too long.
Right. I want to talk about music with you guys. All of you guys have music running through your veins. I mean, you're a musician. Do you play any instruments?
No.
You
I
just
play
sing.
my voice.
Yeah. And obviously you play a couple of instruments and you sing. And for you also are a secret musician as well. I mean, people don't know that you actually play the keys, do they?
Yeah, not as yet. I think the close people in my life,
Yeah.
you know, but
It's coming.
it's coming. It's
Yeah?
coming. It's coming, yeah.
And how did you all transition into music? I guess we could start with the lady first. I mean, you do so many other things, but how did you end up doing music?
It's a calling. I started doing music, but it was until the TV took off and people were like, oh, that's that girl. Did the music then take off, you know? So now I'm back at it because it just won't leave me alone.
Do you find it hard coming back in this time? Because music is constantly changing.
Yes.
And as time progresses, I find I get stuck in like the good old days in my mind. I'm always like, what is this new stuff? What's happening? So for you, what's that like going into the studio with this new sound, new energy, new way of doing things?
It's great because I'm doing the music that I wanted to do then, but everyone was like, what's that? No, it's not gonna work. You must be more boom shaka.
So you weren't feeling the gang vibe.
I was one of them. Like, what is she singing? Why is she...
And so then I had to just like wait for the right time, and now's the time.
Wait, just hold on. She just said something really interesting. It's true. You guys did use the boom shaka model for the gang, right?
We had to. Well, not. I mean,
it's got the reggae.
We had
more Black Eyed Peas.
We had four rap artists and one singer.
You were in the crib.
When we started. Exactly. And we couldn't get a deal. People were just like, what? Ninzani? Like, that's just too much rap. It's just too much hip hop. And then, unfortunately, the other two guys left the band because they just didn't have the patience to wait until we popped. And we found Bongo Rayoti, and he was like, Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's do
and
this.
Yeah, we did it. And that was
And so the
Gang
other
of
band
Schmeckles.
members, now that you guys had that phenomenal success, when you were bumping into them at that time, what was the sort of the interaction with them?
Lativia and Latoya.
Yeah,
Was there some hate or was it like, where's our share?
No, it was kind of like how Wangitin Hambile.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when
Yeah,
you
this
dump...
check is ours.
When
But
you
we
dump
started the idea
somebody...
together. Where's the cut?
But the royalty.
No, guys, this is a new album. The music that they made didn't make it to radio, didn't go anywhere. So, you know.
As you stunt and
So
by
I'm happy
them.
for you now, I'm sure.
Yes, they are.
And for you, chiropractor, model. I think there's something else he does. He's a martial artist as well. He's got like a. Aren't you a martial artist? Don't you?
You're making it
When I was
Don't
young,
you do
I
kung
used to
fu
do,
or something
I
like
used to
that?
do karate when I was young. But I used to play professional football when I was studying. And then when I stopped studying, it was the time to decide where do I open a practice, do I carry on playing professional football.
Who did you play for?
I was on trial at Maritzburg United at that stage, and I broke my foot. And then I tried to come back again, and then I got an avulsion fracture on my other ankle. And then, so I decided, let me just...
Avulsion fracture. He's a chiropractor,
Avulsion.
so he speaks very
So
high.
When like the
Big
bone
words.
chips off with the tendon.
Oh,
Like that.
okay. Okay.
And then, so then at that stage, I decided to open a health business called M&D Health. And then I started playing beach soccer for South Africa, and then starting to do music.
You started playing what soccer?
Beach soccer.
Beach. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you go to the Olympics?
I would love to ask them that question. Why are we not going to the Olympics?
Right. Wow.
No, we didn't go to the Olympics.
Can I see Superman suit in there?
We went to Morocco, Nigeria. We played in all the games, and yeah.
Okay, so health business, football, break your foot, music.
Music.
How'd you end up in music?
Music. I've been playing the guitar since high school, and then started
No, he
writing.
didn't say since I was a kid. He said high school. Like,
Yeah.
I started
Like
the guitar at
grade
18. Right. Yeah.
I'm not phenomenal on the guitar. I'll put that out there, but yeah. So I started writing songs and just writing with the guitar, and then at that whole stage where I was changing things, I met up with some guys from school, Sketchy Bongo and A1 Wolf, and the guys all went to the same school as me, so we all lived close. We started working really hard on music together with them from 2014, 2013, and then I was in Idols in 2014 and finished
Like
fifth.
last year.
Yeah, finished fifth, and then we released Back to the Beach and started releasing our music from the beginning of last year.
And you blew up.
Isn't that a crazy story? Like, you think you're accomplished. You're like, yeah, I do quite a bit. I get it done. My mom
and then you hear
has called me and said, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me. And then you hear this story and it's like, man, I don't do anything.
No.
I need a whole other lifetime.
Yeah, I need to just catch up. It's crazy.
And how old are you now?
29.
Sure.
All right, so that's how you ended up in music. And when you're still trying to get into music.
Yeah. No, it's gonna happen. I think right now, the way I wanted things to be like my music to boom, and then the tea presenting, and then the acting. But now,
Life does
it
its
seems
own
like
thing.
exactly now it's actually in different order now.
Yeah.
So now
No.
it's the tea presenting that started, but
Yeah.
the acting is like boom. Even
Yeah, it's
better
heavy.
now. Yeah, it's quite heavy. So the music is
And it's going to be
coming.
difficult for you because you're a thug, a carjacker, a criminal. And you can't shake that because it's on every night, 5 million homes. And then you're going to try and do a love song and do a, you know, like, it's not going to, like, it's not going to compute. You're going to be in the video trying to, and it's going to be like, why is the carjacker?
Hey, it depends what song he makes.
So you have to make, like, rough music.
That music.
Basically.
He's got to be that.
Or how is it going to work? How do you see it?
I don't know. I just think the character I'm playing now is what's happening currently. Exactly. Because, like I said, since I'm going to be doing movies, I'm probably going to be playing different type of characters.
Sylvester is still Robocop till
man.
today.
Like, you need like a 2-3 year break.
Even if he thinks that he's still a Robocop till today. So you may never shake it off.
No, but it definitely will happen.
Still the
He's thinking Big Mama. He's thinking Big Mama. But listen, he's thinking Big Mama's house.
Big Mama's house.
No, Big Mama's house. Remember when Martin played? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be interesting if people are gonna keep viewing me as this gangster, hardcore, and then they realize that, oh my gosh, this guy can actually give us a love song.
Well, look, she was on TV. You were doing a comedy show, and then you had to segue into this band, and you had to convince people that no, it's us, and this is who we really are. Was there a disconnect for listeners to your music between the character you played on TV and the? No?
Not really. I think they both caught fire at the same time. You know, just as when City Sister was catching fire, Gang of Instrumentals, my #1 was catching fire. So people were like, yo, Letitia from GI, you know? So they mixed up all of it, but it's okay. It's been working for me thus far.
Right. We were talking earlier about social media off camera, and you were saying some interesting things. A lot of people are very pro-social media, especially in music. They want to, you got to get the following and da-da-da-da. But
we need to take a selfie, just by the way.
Oh, okay. No, we'll do this. She's a selfie queen.
Okay, cool.
Miss Social Media. Miss Social Media.
The people need it. South Africa needs it, guys.
Of course.
They need it.
They're waiting.
Let's not downplay it. They need these
they
selfies.
haven't had their lunch
They
yet.
need us to give.
Are you on social media heavy?
Yes, I am. Yes,
Heavy?
I am. Heavy on social media.
No, like, is that your thing? Like daily updates?
I try. Not daily, but I try just to engage.
Snapchat, then
just to
then
engage
you're
with
heavy in
people.
social media. If you Snapchat, then you're heavy in social media.
Do you Snapchat?
I don't Snapchat.
Daughter,
is blind.
I know the ladies are heavy. I'm not. I'm like the worst on social media. I maybe post something once every 2 weeks.
No,
You're non-existent. You're not on social media, Joe.
So don't even say that.
No, don't even say the word social media. You're not. You don't do social media. No.
Yeah, well, I was losing opportunities by not being on social media. I auditioned for a role for a big blockbuster movie. And I was told by the director, you're great, you can act, oh my goodness, you're awesome. Mara, you're not popular. And I was like, Wow. So this is gonna come in between me feeding my children because I'm not on Twitter. Open an account.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I just have to
think.
think.
You must get the real followers or the other ones just to make sure the numbers are.
Yeah, you can book them.
Yeah, because there's a bit of you can buy them, so it's a bit.
You know me, I could get away with maybe like 50,000 followers, but authentically I have this many.
Yeah.
So you could make it look realistic and have another amount, and then someone else is getting bookings ahead of you.
Yeah. There's a lot of fake followers out there. I think the reason I asked is because he was saying earlier with music that social media is important, but it's not. You can't like release a song on social media and it become a hit.
The balance between the two is important. I think the bookings and the business side of music you don't find too much on social media. You need to have your song playing on the TV. You need to have your song playing on the radio. Those are the mainstream places for the majority and the nation to see and hear your stuff. His friends are not my friends. They're not going to see each other's stuff on social media unless you get to a point where your following is massive, and when you release something, the media is talking about it because of your social media.
But the guy with the big following is not the person who they scream on. I mean, I'm sure you can't even walk in the streets.
Yeah.
But they can't tell that by looking at your social media.
No.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas we can walk in the streets.
Speaking of social media, hashtag us, The Weekend Edition on Facebook, The Weekend Edition, Twitter and Instagram, The Weekend on 3. And when we come back, we go to the kitchen if Joe is still alive. See you now.
Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. We're in the kitchen again.
Yes.
So we are banting now.
We're banting. We're saving the best for last. I told you there'd be bacon, so...
This is breakfast still.
This is still breakfast?
All right.
So I'm going to get you on the bacon straight away, and I'm going to get onto the spinach.
Okay, what
so
do I do with
banting, just pop them onto the tray, and you can use the tongs to move it around.
Okay.
Basically, banting is, we spoke about it beforehand, medium protein, 0 to low carb, and high fats, which is why we're going to be doing the bacon. What's important to understand when you're kind of following these diets that ask for high protein and high fats is to keep getting your leafy greens. If you don't get your leafy greens, you're really going to struggle with your getting the right nutritional benefits from all of your meals. You can't really live on fats and protein only. You still
Okay.
need to get some good nutrients in there.
Yeah, you need micronutrients.
Yeah.
There's macro and micro, right?
Macro and micro.
Right.
You need both.
You didn't know I knew that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we're using Swiss chard, which is a nice leafy green. I prefer it raw, but not everybody's a fan of raw spinach. So basically what we're doing is we're just going to saute it down a little bit. Just a few minutes of gentle heat on the Swiss chard is going to get it to soften, and it's going to release the flavors a little bit more, and it's not going to be so harsh on the palate. And what I've done is I've also tossed it in a little bit of olive oil, just to add some nice richness, and so it doesn't stick
You
to
want
the
me to
pan.
put all of this in there, or just kind of,
I
is
think
this enough?
I think that's fine. Let's turn that
So
heat up.
if you guys are wondering where the rest of our visitors are, they've decided to step outside a bit to practice for their mashup later on. So Tumi and Carl stepped out a little bit with their guitar to try and practice. Let's see what they have later.
Good. So basically we've got our spinach, and it's nice and warm. It's important to have this warm. I'm going to lay it on the plate. It's important to have this warm.
You don't overcook it. You
No,
just...
you don't want to overcook anything, especially with vegetables.
Yes.
The less you cook, the more nutrients you're going to maintain, basically. So we're going to pour the eggs in straight away. This is a really fast, quick, and great breakfast to make for a group. Say you've got people coming over for breakfast and you don't know what to make. You can make this in a nice platter style, which we're
I'd
doing
make
today.
this after a night of partying.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah.
would be great. Kanye, if you would like, you can sprinkle the cheddar cheese on top of the spinach. Let that get nice and melty. Bacon's going well. I think it's time to turn, Joe.
Oh, okay.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to top this with some coconut oil and toasted seeds and some smashed avo.
How much of this do you want?
I would say that's about enough.
Is that enough?
Smashed avo, again, like I said, it's always good to introduce the good fats to any diet that you're following. And smashed avo is a really great thing to make, and you can freeze, which is really nice. Again, I hate waste, so when you look and you can see that avo is about to go, instead of leaving it to go black, mash it up, put some lemon juice, a little bit of salt, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, pop it in a little Ziploc bag, and you can keep it in the freezer.
Nice.
That way, when you come home from a late night and you want something delicious to eat, you can just take out your mashed avo, pop it in the microwave, and make yourself a breakfast stack.
Awesome.
So we're serving this kind of buffet style, sharing like a shared meal. We've got a nice big platter, spinach at the bottom, the cheddar cheese over there. The bacon looks almost ready to be done. We're going to pop that on top of the cheddar cheese, so it lets it start getting a little bit melty. I think we can actually do that now, Joe, if you'd like.
Good to go.
Good to go.
All right, cool. Let me come right behind you. And then do I just layer it nicely, or
Just
how do I just...
layer it nicely across the cheddar.
All right, cool. Don't burn, Daniel.
And the important
Stand
thing to
back.
remember with banting is they really do, you can eat as much animal fat as you want, and bacon is promoted massively in the banting diet.
Wow.
And it's because of the high fat content of the meat.
Right.
They also promote a lot of pork eating. A lot of people are kind of shy away from pork, but it's one of the healthiest meats that meat proteins that you can
But
eat.
the people who shy away from it say it's not healthy. So how do you reconcile that?
Well,
where's the truth?
The truth is
my
that
question.
if you're getting your meat from an ethical and good source,
Yeah.
pork is going to be the leanest white meat one of the leanest meats that you can eat.
Right. I've heard from chefs in particular raving.
Pop that back on, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. We're going to
Should I-
throw the seeds on here.
All right.
We're going to toast the seeds in that bacon fat.
Okay,
Just
cool.
mix that around.
All right.
And we're going to add
High
some-
heat or?
You can put it on a high heat.
And what's that you're adding now?
This is the coconut oil.
Okay.
Again, high fat diet. People always think that it's a high protein diet, banting. That's more paleo, is the high protein. Banting is high fat. So we've got the bacon fat in there, we've got the fat from the cheese, we've got the coconut oil in there, we've got 3 different types of fats.
Okay. Waste not, want not.
Waste not, want not. And our eggs are looking fantastic, almost done.
Okay. I like my scrambled eggs wet.
Do you?
Oh,
okay.
my God.
too.
I love them moist.
I need to be
Some
moist.
people, yeah,
No,
exactly.
then we never having
like
breakfast
that looks.
together.
Oh, you like them overdone?
dead,
Oh no.
dead
I
eggs.
love them like this. They
That-
need-
that's
this
me
is
right
it.
there.
This
Yeah.
is it. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm cooking for you guys, so I'll do your eggs the way you like it.
What are you laughing at?
She's hating on our eggs like properly.
Yeah, but it needs to be like this.
No, I agree. I'm
Has
just
to be moist. Mm.
I've got something against raw eggs.
Really?
Kind of freaks me out a little bit. I think because I see about 200 to 300 eggs a day.
Yeah, so it's
get
too
cracked
much.
and
So you
cooked.
like it like this?
I like it even more than that. Like a little bit burnt.
You like
It's my
Really?
style.
So when you fry an egg, it comes out like a proper
Sawdust.
pancake,
Yeah,
a little bit brown.
sawdust.
Sawdust.
I like sawdust eggs.
All right.
So basically, we've got this wonderful platter. We've got the eggs, we've got the bacons. Are they starting to pop? That means they're ready.
Are.
We can turn the heat off.
Okay, perfect.
You can put your
heat is
avo
off.
on top. And Joe, you can come sprinkle those seeds and oils all over the top.
Oh, yeah? How do I do that?
All over the top of the avo.
Just pour it?
Just pour it.
Oh, all right.
Don't be shy, don't be shy.
Oh, okay.
And again, you're going to have a lot of...
Is that enough?
That's perfect.
Okay.
And there we go.
Voila.
Pop that on the table, knives and forks for everyone, and you've got a fantastic breakfast to share.
I doubt that's going to get to the main table because we're going to eat it now.
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm going to go for it.
All right, well, while we're digging in, we're going to go check out the food market at the V&A waterfront. It's actually become quite a big thing. You've been there before. How would you describe it?
It's quite a global market. Lots of different countries are represented by the food stands.
Yeah.
You can get Peruvian food, Mexican, South African.
The coffee's amazing.
Fantastic coffee as well.
We're all about you guys going out to go check out your local food markets. Here's the one at the V&A waterfront. Check it out.
Cape Town's V&A waterfront may be a popular tourist attraction, but locals and visitors can take a gastronomic journey inside the mother city's first permanent food bazaar, the V&A Food Market.
We all love sleeping in on the weekends, but this morning I've been coaxed out of bed to meander around the historic old power station where the V&A Waterfront Food Market has catered delicious gourmet street food since 2012. I didn't have breakfast this morning and I've been craving a pancake all week.
The market is home to over 40 permanent vendors and operates 7 days a week. It's a premier fresh food destination offering everything from organic produce, treats, takeaways, spices, and much more.
Treats aside, these spaces would be empty without the smiles and laughter of your friends, family, and colleagues. The love and detail that goes into every morsel can be seen on the faces of the people around you. Faces you'll look forward to seeing again next week. So come along to experience some goodness.
Among the market offerings are incredible gourmet products like artisanal chocolate, coffee, and ice cream. If something healthier appeals to your taste buds, you can also find the finest dried fruit and nuts. Stalls are run by passionate foodies with menus and products that are top quality and delicious.
Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree? Sample to your heart's content as you can have breakfast, lunch, and even find something to take home for dinner.
The market has an intercontinental appeal and offers global cuisine from Asian to Danish, Italian to Greek, German, and even local options such as Cape Malay. Many are also certified halal, kosher, and vegetarian. To wash down all that food, there are a number of drink options from freshly squeezed juice and craft beer to the more health-conscious smoothies.
At the V&A Waterfront Food Market, one can expect an array of different food and drink. Eric, what can we expect at the Yoko store?
Yoko store is basically a dairy and non-dairy yogurt bar. So we use Greek yogurt or coconut yogurt. And you can find smoothies with we put ice to be very fresh and natural, and we're doing as well creation, meaning we use yogurt as a base, and then we only use natural topping as fruit, nuts, seed. It's absolutely tasty and amazing how you can mix with so many toppings.
I believe that you use a special ingredient in your smoothies. Please tell us a little bit more about this.
Absolutely. We just launched now the first coconut yogurt in South Africa. Our position is to be dairy and non-dairy yogurt bar. You can come to our stall and buy by liter, and it will help a lot of people that got lactose intolerance. So you are all welcome to come and test our product, and then you can mix as well with different toppings.
Among the meal options, vendors serve reinvented classics or new creations like Claire Hubner at Stack That Fine Street Food.
Claire, tell me a little bit more about what Cape Townians can find at Stack That Fine Street Food.
Stack That Fine Street Food is a husband and wife owned company. We were living abroad, moved to Cape Town and decided to do our own thing. We just got really fed up of working for a boss. We moved to Cape Town and we decided to open something really unique, something that doesn't exist. We took a traditional recipe from Hungary, which is called the langosh, brought it here, took out the greasy oiliness out of it, made it fresher, and healthier.
I hear there's something special about your stall because you also have a food truck.
That's correct, yes. We've got an Ortavilla. You'll usually find us at private caterings, festivals, church events, office parks, office lunches. That's what we do.
And what's a visit to a food market without dessert, like a fresh traditional crepe with chocolate and ice cream? The market also has a demo kitchen which regularly hosts cooking events and gives visitors a chance to lend a hand to guest chefs while learning about new dishes. But there's nothing wrong with simply enjoying the culinary delights served up by the pros at the stalls.
The market has given a permanent home to vendors as it trades 7 days a week, and you can expect an array of gourmet street food served in an authentic environment. Luckily for me, it doesn't get more authentic than this.
For someone who's never been there, I think it's something I need to do probably next week when I'm around. It's really, really nice, Joe.
You're not going to have some? These are soft eggs,
I'm going to wait. I'll pick on the bacon once you're done with the eggs.
Tell me if Banton works for you and what song you'd like to hear Tumi and Carl perform on social media. It is Facebook, The Weekend Edition, Twitter, Instagram, The Weekend on 3. See you now.
Nice, girl.
It's a weekend.
That's right, welcome back, guys. This is our final segment. This is where we get to say goodbye. But you know what? We've got 2 treats for you guys. We've got Kyle and Tumi who've joined forces. They're going to perform a classic for us by Joan Osborne, right? What's the name of the song?
One of Us.
God had a name.
If God had a name.
God is one of us.
One of us.
There
One of the two.
That's the
Kyle's like, I don't know the name.
That's actually.
I know the lyrics.
Google lied to.
All right. Well, while you guys are giving us a performance, we're going to be chowing down. I want to say thank you to all of you guys for coming to hang out with us. Congratulations on your opening, your grand opening, which we will not be able to patronize, your new restaurant or kitchen. Can you tell us where you're opening it?
No.
Yeah, it's like, no.
That's the, but it's not. I don't have a new
Invite only.
No, you said you're opening a second one, right?
Yeah, we're pitching for 2.
Oh, you're pitching it for it. Okay, all right. And you, with your the mayhem you're causing on social media and YouTube, yeah?
Thank you very much. I'm quite
keep it up. Keep up the militancy.
Of course.
You know? Yeah. And of course, you've got some music coming out in the future before the end of the year.
Yes,
Yeah?
definitely.
Definitely, it's coming out.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to hearing that.
He's going to be sending us hoodies soon.
Yes, actually,
Is this your brand?
Yeah, it is. I actually have beanies for you and Kanye.
You get a beanie, I get a beanie, we get beanie.
I'd love to rock those, yeah? Where are they, in the green room?
I think they're in the green room, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
And
Depends how you sing, right?
Let's see how you sing.
How you perform.
Okay.
Your social media is more so you get the beanie.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You see, Joe.
Why don't we have gang sweatshirts?
My social media, there's no beanie.
I'm a post them. I'm a post
There we
Tumi
go,
from
you
the
see?
gang sweatshirt.
We're all about the freebies here, man. All right, guys, take it away while we eat. Guys, enjoy.
And if God had a name, what would it be? And would you call it to his face? If you were face to face with him and all his glory, what would you ask if you had just one question? You say, yeah, yeah, God is great. Yeah, yeah, God is good. And yeah, 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 yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slump like one of us. Just a stranger.
have it, guys. Join us again tomorrow for the Sunday edition of the Weekend Edition, 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Did I say it right this time?
You said it right.
Thank you. Tell us what you think of the show on the Weekend Edition on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, The Weekend on 3, #The Weekend Edition. Goodbye.
Yeah, man.